This is a Liquid Richard production.
Big up Liquid Richard.
Let's play these games. These games are about to be fucking played. Come on. I'm not smoking weed. Fuck you!
Every farce I be ripping your baby mama, she be spitting. When I slap her bitch ass, then tell her get back in the kitchen.
Fucking that food ain't gonna cook itself. Motherfucker, you know me, I'm always about them top shelf. Hoes with flows and unstoppables. Hoes with flows and unstoppables. Hoes with flows and unstoppables. I don't know. Richard Pepsi Banquet, listen, all flying diet. Richard Pepsi Banquet, listen, all flying diet. Surgery, real talk, automobile wreck sniffer. Automobile wreck sniffer, real talk. You know I'm riding off beat to the point I don't care. Unprepared for the ways I was always ensnared. The flights of my physical proportion, thinking damn, why didn't that busted condom just rally to an abortion? I don't give no fuck. 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 I don't fuck. Yo, Richard, you got any of those pillies Kenny been begging? I just wish my life was simpler.
All right, we're on. How's it going, everyone? Good, I hope. Wait, did they die? I think that. Okay, they didn't die. All right, good. No, it's dead. Hey, we're here with Declan. Declan's here. He's our first guest on the Internet Asylum. Big ups, Declan. How you doing?
Of the punished Declan photo over the lab coat.
Yeah,
that's
our
pretty fucking
system.
amazing.
As part of our system, I forgot to have your audio on there for a second, so that's fun. But because I'm terrible at those. But thank you for coming on. And yeah, I like having it kind of shitty like that because it kind of speaks to the level of professionalism you can expect here at the Internet Asylum.
It almost looks like the lab coat is going into the shirt though at that angle, so like that's actually not
better.
as awful. Yeah,
it's it's kind of like almost like a bib going over your shirt there. I guess.
yeah, it's almost getting ready to make some pasta.
Pasta. Have you guys eaten?
Yeah, have you guys eaten? You guys hungry?
Imbode, what did you have?
I just ate a small pizza and a piece of salmon. I'm real good. Yeah, I'm real good.
Sounds
yeah,
awesome,
I'm stuck on keto, so it was actually salmon for me as well, and some
Right on.
shrimp.
Hell yeah.
That's sick.
Two of the best things. What'd you eat, Len?
Shit, I actually don't remember. I had lunch or I had dinner early, around 4 or so. So, let's see. Shit.
We've now confirmed his the length of his memory is about 3 hours.
About 3 hours. Well, I'm not like DSP. I don't have an encyclopedic memory of what I've
Of
eaten.
everything you've ever eaten.
DSP, what was your favorite game this year? I don't know. How did you enjoy that meal back in 2017? Oh, it was so tasty. It was so good.
Yeah, how was the Taco Bell quesarito on May 4th?
Yeah, no one say May
1999. Yeah, not May 1st.
That one was a little salty for reasons.
Different kind of
Didn't
boost.
need to wash his hands there. Oh, man.
All I can taste is the salt.
Man, that's vile. And we already discussed Phil. Fantastic.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. So
He is going to be begging like a fucking maniac tonight, dude.
yes, I heard that he didn't reach his goal. Is that true?
He did.
He did?
Well, okay, he reached his $150 goal, but he needs to hit 2 goals in order to get to 100. Because he's 98 out of 100, and some dent had sent him this like German chocolate rum cake.
Yeah.
That he received in dry ice from a delivery truck that he got up for like 15 minutes to go get. But
yeah.
He's
got a pre-stream to the driver.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
he has to do it on Friday because if he doesn't do it on Friday, there's just too much stuff in his freezer for him to keep the cake chilled and fresh, and he can't possibly squeeze the marathon into the schedule another day before
Yeah, because
the
he
cake goes bad.
has to go to the grocery store Saturday because he has no food. But
Yeah.
his freezer is too full for the cake as well.
It's not making any sense. Maybe he's got a body in there.
He just can't help but lie about shit that doesn't even matter.
Right.
Can't fucking help himself.
He's
Is
got
this
it.
Like
Ian
it's
Brandon
not
Anderson? Hello, Ian.
Ian Brandon Anderson.
I just got to that part in the comprehensive, and like
nice.
it's I gotta say, like, Liquid Chris is my favorite.
Really?
And like it gets mean when he's involving like the fake dad and like Casey, and like Casey's too mean.
Yeah, I don't like Casey.
Liquid himself, like if it was just them, I don't think it would be that mean.
Yeah, I also have an issue with a little bit of Liquid Chris just on principle, but when it comes to all the different Chris Chan detractors and trolls, he's probably one of the better ones. You've got
And
people
it's
like Blue Spike and
it's
shit.
sort of like you could say that it's mean to try and take his like one and only creation, but when it really comes down to it, it's not like Nintendo and Sega are going to make a game for him. So this guy saying that they're doing it for him, like, it's all just fake. So like, I don't know. I guess it is causing him mental distress,
Yep.
but
If
so was everything
that,
else, and everything else was so much worse.
When you think about it, his one and only creation was literally just force fucking two icons from different companies together to make this eldritch horror known as Sonichu.
It's just a shitty OC, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a fucking like middle school project. Like that was the big thing.
I don't remember any of my projects from middle school.
I remember one or two because we would make like VHS videos for the projects. So those I remember.
Yeah, that's cool. I can get behind that.
And like the class loved it.
Did they love it like, for real, or like DSP says they loved it?
No, they actually did. Like people were like happy to see the shenanigans. And then in high school they got like I remember spraying mustard all over someone. I don't remember exactly why, but I remember that dude's parents being very mad that we did that.
Oh man, was he allergic to mustard or something?
No, it was just a surprise mustard bomb.
That's what's up. That's heroic.
I'm looking back on it, like kind of out of hand, but whatever.
I don't know.
Wyatt asks, "What's this horror face on my screen?" That's me, and that's rude.
I'm
Ian Brandon Anderson.
Yeah, it's Ian Brandon.
Perfect, though. Let us clue us in on it, Declan. Who is this character?
Okay, Ian Miles Cheong is a guy that started out many years ago as a turbo-feminist games journalist.
Okay.
And then when the tide began to change and everything shifted, and he realized that counterculture was the way to make more money, and at the time, woke was in, being conservative and traditional was out, he started the right-wing grift. But what he didn't expect was to get caught up in all of the reporting and doxing during the Gamergate situation.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to find out how he responded to his past being drug up during the Gamergate situation. Let's just say it was not a positive response whatsoever. He is an unhinged individual. He has swatted more than one person. I will let the video explain so as to, just whet the appetite. Just the number is greater than one. So
already
you
a
can
problem.
find out what it is. Yes, already a problem. He's known now for being Elon Musk's like best Twitter buddy, and his Twitter profile says, "I say the quiet part out loud."
Okay.
And by that, he means he seals other people's journalism rebrands it as his own, removes
Hell
their
yeah.
watermarks and everything, and then his videos and tweets get millions of impressions, while the people that are actually boots on the ground reporting on things get no recognition for the actual effort into real journalism.
Man, what a hero, man. That sounds cool.
Yeah, he likes to talk a lot about American politics nowadays. I would say for the past 3-4 years, he's been really heavy into American politics. Maybe even a little bit longer than that. I would say towards the end of the first Trump administration, he got like super heavy into it. And he's not an American citizen. He's never lived in America. He's never visited America. He's a Malaysian citizen that had to flee Malaysia because of his pro-Israel comments.
Oh, okay.
And now lives in the UAE.
In the UAE?
So he went from
Yeah.
pro-Israel to UAE.
Well, they are a lot more understanding of pro-Israeli comments in the UAE because it is a far more liberal Arab nation than in Malaysia, where if you speak out against
they're
the government,
hardcore in
they'll
Malaysia.
fucking kill you.
Okay, I get it.
So he's kind of like okay, so he's gone from liberal to conservative. He's defecting from Malaysia, pro-Israel, but also in UAE. Is he basically Revolver Ocelot? His allegiance is all over the map.
Yes, that is actually one of the reasons I went with Punish Declan.
All right, that's
did
cool.
he start in the U.S.?
No, he's never been to the
begin?
U.S.
Oh, okay.
He was born and raised in Malaysia.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Oh, so he was abandoned by his homeland, exiled, basically.
Yeah.
Yes, he is an exile.
That's awesome, man. I kind of want to be that, but it would involve me getting exiled, so I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I don't want to do it for being a grifter either.
Yeah, I want it to be something cool if I get exiled. Like, if I'm expatriated, it better be for something badass.
Yeah.
Not for, like, you talked about the wrong country and now you're banned. So.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
I want to get banned for being too cool. Like, Congress says, I'm sorry, you're too cool. You can't be here anymore. You're making the rest of us look bad. Something like that, but I don't know what I'd have to do. I don't know, like do a 900 in a forklift or something. Then they ban me.
Yeah, jump over a political candidate on a skateboard.
Hell yeah, man. And then it's a Tony Hawk thing comes up. Completed challenge.
Yeah.
Watch me do this pop shove it over Biden and Pelosi.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, man. So this first one you got us is from the guy, Mr. Medicare. Yes, big ups to Mr. Medicare. He's gonna walk us through the. And I'm also with Wyatt. I still don't really understand what Gamergate was because I've been told about it 100 times, but I guess I'm just scratching my head saying, well, it seems really simple. Why was it a big deal then?
So the quick rundown is basically there was like a female game developer who got exposed for sleeping with journalists to get her game promoted more.
What a hero.
5 of them.
5 of them?
5 guys. That's why the 5 guys.
5 guys.
Yep,
5 guys have sex with my wife. Yeah,
that's why Zoe Quinn had the 5 guys burgers and fries meme.
And then it became so obviously people were shit posting on her for that.
Okay.
And it somehow ended up with them speaking at the UN, but like the true software developing geniuses that they are, the UN presentation had links to their home hard drive on it, so they had to appear again to get it right.
That's hilarious.
So that was the level of their games must have been awesome. I'm sure they were.
Well, were they?
But I have no idea.
I can field that one. The game that Zoe Quinn made after pushing, there was something called Game Jam, which I believe this happened in 2012 or 2013. JonTron was actually a part of it and helped organize some of it. And after she made a bunch of ridiculous demands, pushed other teams out of the Game Jam for indie development, she wound up making this game called Depression Quest.
Awesome.
Depression Quest
DSP simulator.
No, it is barely a game. It is, you would call it a point and click, but it's basically text on a screen, and then you click what it is, like, between A, B, and C that you would do. Like, oh yes, I feel healthy enough to get up today. I feel healthy enough to take my medication and stuff like that. And it was really, there was no nuance to it whatsoever. There was no thoughtful analysis of what it's like to
It was more of an
live
art
with
project
mental
than a
illness.
game.
Yeah, and she won multiple awards.
Of course.
From Kotaku, from IGN.
Hell yeah.
She won the Game Jam.
The usual suspects.
Look, I'm gonna be real. I kind of admire open corruption. It's just so ballsy. Fuck it,
Just
we're corrupt.
being
What are you
the
gonna do
whore
about
of
it?
Babylon
Yeah.
instead of being
What
good at
are
something.
you going to do about it? We're corrupt. All right, big deal. I don't know.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, I don't
yeah,
know.
they-
She became a pretty public laughingstock, despite what the UN and games journalists will say, because everybody takes both of those groups real serious.
Oh, definitely.
Well, I mean, Anita Sarkeesian, who was also the other person that spoke at the UN, managed to kind of make out like a bandit because people don't realize she's one of the people that put Kim Belair, who is the head of Sweet Baby Inc., into that position. They are very good bedfellows.
Just determined to ruin gaming.
Just absolutely determined to fucking ruin games.
I feel like they should
And
hire
he-
DSP.
Yeah, and Sarkeesian
Mhm.
made out with hundreds of thousands of dollars from multiple Kickstarters and GoFundMes that were promising 12 episodes of her Feminist Frequency
Hell yeah.
production, of which she only made 5 episodes.
Sweet.
And for someone
Yeah,
who
but-
was so openly liberal and like super left leaning, I'm pro LGBT and pro this and pro that, she didn't pay like 3 of her employees, one of whom was her only trans employee, just didn't get paid. And while she was begging Anita, hey, you need to pay me. Why aren't you paying me what you owe me? You need to pay what you owe.
Yeah.
You know, why aren't you doing that? Anita is taking pictures of herself in a kimono in a 5-star hotel in Japan.
That's what I love, man. I love open corruption
However,
like that, man.
Somebody made an edit of their feminist frequency like avatars, but what they really looked like, and that was so devastating that like
Yes.
was it worth the money
Yeah. Was it
to get
worth it,
owned
simps?
that hard? Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I don't know. It's kind of my dream. I always want to be super corrupt out in the open.
It's the ultimate grifter.
Yeah,
See,
I
it would be cool if it was like in a Banana Republic.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be cool to do it as like an IGN journalist, though. Like,
Man.
that's pretty fucking lame.
I want to be on live stream taking bribes. That'd be kick ass.
Yeah. Like taking bribes and like a guy with an AK behind you.
Yeah. What are you
Yeah,
gonna do
it's got to
about
be like you're wearing all these medals you never earned and shit. Like
it? Yeah.
do it like a South American dictator,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. I want to be a Far Cry character.
because they've got the drip.
Man. And a golden
I
AK.
promise you, Len, when I run for office, and I will eventually run for office, I will be the most openly corrupt and therefore most honest politician that you could. They'll be like, Declan, sir, it appears that on a staggering number of occasions, you said multiple gamer words in a Discord because you got tilted at Marvel Rivals.
And then you ask,
Is
which
there any
ones? These
fin-
ones?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And I'd say it again too.
Yeah, and I fucking do it again. Yep, like it's just right out in the open.
I would tweet out my bribes. Just say who bribed me today. Hey guys, got bribed by this industrialist. Pretty cool. Take a picture with the guy.
yeah.
Man.
DSP Gaming. Kickbacks are sweet. Winky face.
Oh man. All right, let's watch this dude.
All right, let's get into.
That really actually set me off. I did not need to
Oh,
see
wait,
that. I'm more than happy.
What, you
It's
got-
not showing on ours.
Is it not? I apologize. Let me.
It's showing on. It is. You just
It
got to
is.
watch his screen.
Okay, there we go.
Are you good? All right.
Let
Yep.
him leave me alone. But he forced my hand, so I called the police.
Worth writing, nothing to worry
called
about.
the police on him. I know what he does. I know he has illegal firearms. I know that he
Oh, what a
is
bitch move.
deeply entrenched in the alt-right. I know that he has a lot of cocaine in his
Shit,
house.
he's calling you, man.
Yeah, he's
He's
fucked.
calling the police on you.
He's fucked. I even talked to them on the phone.
I only have
So,
legal firearms for the
I only have
record.
legal cocaine, thank you.
And I don't do cocaine
Ian
anymore.
Miles Cheong, formerly self-described turbo-feminist and video game journalist, talking about having the police called on a man who made a mean YouTube video on him. If that sounds as fucking insane to you as it does with anyone with a functional fucking brain, then prepare to be amazed. Yes, our little intrepid video game journalist doesn't like it when you say mean words about him on the internet, and he will seemingly do anything within his power to make you pay for daring to do so. Videos mysteriously get pulled down for bullying. People have the police called on them, and all sorts of other...
I need your help
he went
re-reviewing
after
this video.
Memology.
No way, shape, or form involves harassment or bullying. You're giving me a community strike because of something not happening in said video. Thanks in advance. Ian Miles Cheong denies docs exposed. Yeah, that's the DSP brand. They're bullying by telling people what I did.
Shenanigans take place. But how did it all come to this? What led our turbo-feminist to decide to have the police show up at Andy Worski's home in Canada?
Never mind, that's actually cool.
To understand that, you need to understand their failed business relationship. Andy Worski and Ian Miles Cheong used to run a YouTube channel together.
I mean, it's
Hype
not cool, but I just like that
Eventually,
Worski
the
is
partnership
inconvenienced.
deteriorated, leading to the two co-founders arguing about who had ownership over the channel. And thus began an odyssey for Andy Worski as coincidence after coincidence began to occur. Because seemingly, the moment the relationship went...
Yeah, back there. Look at the views that Hype Break got. This was a new channel, so this is a little bit of lore. This was a new channel. They had been around for maybe 3 months, not even, at the time that they wound up disbanding. And he's going to get a little bit into that. What he fails to mention is there was a third member, Geek Thulu. And Geek Thulu was the one that wound up actually finding out where the ISP was of something that Metacritic is going to get into in a minute. But look at the number of views they were getting for such
that's
a new
really
channel.
high.
Yeah, 500,000
It's
views.
botted, huh?
No, it
Really?
wasn't. Because something that parallels DSP fails to understand, if you take the time to make a high quality, well edited video,
Yeah, you sound ridiculous.
you will hit the algorithm and you will get views. Which is why they had 27k subscribers and people wanting to get more content within only a couple of months.
Is this channel still around? Can we see it?
No.
One of their videos?
No.
Damn it.
You cannot see the videos, and they will get into why.
Oh, all right.
Worski has coincidence after...
Yeah, Worski is kind of like the, what was it, the Dino Crisis of lolcows. He keeps just showing up.
For coincidence began to
Fucking
occur
Forrest
because
Gump.
seemingly the moment the
Yeah.
relationship went south, all sorts of terrible things began to happen. Andy Worski had his monetization taken away. Andy Worski had his money taken away.
Hilarious.
Andy Worski had his channel taken away. Someone from the same geographical location as Ian Miles Cheong logged into Andy Worski's account and uploaded gay thumb porn nails in an attempt to get his channel flagged down. And then, of course, there's the visit from law enforcement.
Are you sure that was you,
Police
Worski?
officers,
Be real with me.
2 detectives interrogate me and search my house. I allowed them to search my house, so they didn't find anything. The information from the caller was information that you have. On the day that I destroy you with part 1 of the video series that will ruin you because I have a lot of dirt on you.
For many days, people speculated that this was the work of Ian Miles Cheong, to which he had no response, until the audio leak was put up on the internet by Keemstar for Drama Alert. Suddenly, Ian was much more talkative, saying that he in fact did inform the police, and that it wasn't as bad as it sounded. But this was much more than informing the police, because according to Andy Worski, the person that called law enforcement didn't say that Andy Worski had committed some crime. They said Andy Worski was a physical danger to people, and that he was going to go on a shooting spree. But surely
Holy
our
shit.
ethical games journalist, Ian, wouldn't be involved in underhanded tactics.
Gimpy Troll says Ian is a doxer. He was exposed on the kill stream. Ian, do you want to talk about you being a doxer? And
Oh
being
yeah,
exposed on the
sure.
kill
Yeah,
stream?
let's talk about me being a doxer. Yeah, I doxed the guy and don't feel bad about it.
Well, except for
Wow.
that one time. That one time he might have accidentally gotten a dog flashbanged to death. Yes, recently on the Ralph Retorts kill stream, Ian admitted to having docs passed to him by a user on Twitter by the name of Mombot. He then took that information and gave it to David Sherratt. Mysteriously, after Sherratt received that information, police were called on Wild Goose and his family, allegedly leading to the family dog being injured in a swatting attempt.
Hey guys, this is Wild
Oh,
Goose.
poor dog.
I just wanted to give you a quick update on the flashbang dog situation.
So, I have a question. Nice, that's a good pause.
Good
Oh,
pause.
that is perfect timing.
So what's ruin this for me for Mr. Ian Miles Chung? What's the smallest thing that he's docked someone over?
The smallest thing he has knocked someone over is probably this dog thing, because someone made a joke after he and Ian got into a spat, a guy by the name of Wild Goose, and he said, basically, do you know what the Silk Road is? And I'm
Yeah.
not talking about the actual Silk Road.
No, I understand.
He's like,
Yeah, the place
he
you
said-
order
he-
drugs
yeah,
from.
and other things, yes, other services.
Draftnor, please.
Yeah, and he's like, so I have 3 Bitcoin and access to the Silk Road. Get your affairs in order.
Ooh.
And it was an obvious joke because it was such hyper escalation from what was a fairly innocuous spat between the two. And Ian thought that crypto assassins were now after him, which is why he got Mombot to get the docs of Wild Goose. Ian Miles Chong, then, not yet knowing how to successfully SWAT someone, gave that information to David Charette with the explicit orders to have Wild Goose swatted. The SWAT team showed up through fucking flashbangs. The dog got hit with the shrapnel and got concussed from one of the flashbangs. Because people forget, even just because it's not a shrapnel grenade doesn't mean that the grenade doesn't fucking explode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still a
So
weapon.
pieces of so it wound up getting some shrapnel, it wound up getting concussed from the flashbang. I think the dog survived for like 2 months, and then they had to kill the dog.
Damn, man.
And that's why for years you will see, if you ever look deeper into Ian Miles Chong, you'll see people bring up hashtag pay for pupper. They're referring to this.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So yeah, innocuous spat got a dog killed. That was the dumbest thing he has ever doxed.
Yeah, that's super stupid. That's like when Donkey would threaten people online who shit talked him. He would always say something like, well, how would you like it if I did a big old wind up punch and knocked your head off? You know, just stupid shit. And most people understood.
I mean, even the shit he doxed Dworsky for was nothing, right?
It's okay, so the shit he doxed Dworsky for,
or the shit he called the cops on him for, I should say.
Well, yeah, well, he didn't. He doxed him and swatted him, because he did release his docs in the public, which is why it's kind of remarkable, given all the new terms over on Twitter, the fact that Ian Miles Chong put the information on Twitter and is now like Elon's best buddy is kind of weird to me, because it's a very much a double standard.
Wow.
But yeah, so he doxed him, put the information on Twitter. He got him swatted. The SWAT response, luckily, in Canada is fundamentally different than it is here in the United States, or else Dworsky probably would be dead. And it was over getting paid and who had what revenue from what from Hype Break based off of like their level of contribution.
Wow.
And when that dissolved, Ian Miles Chong's like, I own the channel and I own the name. And Dworsky's like, well, I literally came up with this entire idea, including the name Hypebreak. So the fact that you're claiming that you own it's kind of fucking ridiculous. And Ian's like, well, I'm the talent. You're just like the low IQ, whatever. And they went,
well, he's got him there.
Yeah. But that's kind of how this all came to a head. And I guess Ian's decision was, if I can't have it, no one can. Or maybe even worse and more nefarious a possibility, if Andy Dworsky's dead from a swatting, then there's no one to contest
There's no
copyright.
dispute. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, calling the cops on people is a bitch move unless it's like a real emergency.
Yeah.
Or I guess if like maybe if somebody's throwing a rager and you got to work in the morning.
Yeah.
Like there's reasons, but like come on, dude. You're gonna call the cops on someone in a different country because they were mean to you on the internet? Fuck you.
Yeah, definitely. All right, sorry, dog.
When Ian was on the kill stream, he tried to downplay his role in this by saying that he didn't dox anyone, the information was passed along to him, and he never had any malicious intent in handling that information or passing it on.
Okay, so here's the thing. Just to clarify, I didn't do the research of the docs. It was given to me by some other people I
Oh,
don't
that
really
makes it
know
cool.
about Wild Goose, right? And right, so the reason why I gave it to Shitrat is Shitrat was having an argument with Wild Goose, and here's the thing. A few months before that, when I was working with Milo, Wild Goose sends me this weird fucking DM, says that he's got 3 Bitcoin and that I should basically make peace with my family. That sounded like
Just a week after appearing on another live stream, his story had radically changed. Now Wild Goose was deserving of what happened to him. Ian was proud of having taken part in it. And in fact, as he put it, Wild Goose deserved it for going after video game journalists.
He doxed all the game
Wow.
in Gamergate. Like at that time, he doxed all of them.
Remarkably, even though this information is now widely available online for people to take a look at, there are still some that are too goddamn stupid to see what's going on, like Tommy C., perhaps one of the most retarded people on the internet. The events of the past week have helped to clearly paint a picture of just who Ian Miles Cheong is. Ethical video game journalist, self-described turbo-feminist, and psychotic person on the internet. Because seemingly, if you go against him, all sorts of things are going to happen to you. You're going to be DDoSed. Your channel's going to be taken away. Your money is going to be stolen. The police are going to be called on you. You will be doxxed and potentially swatted. If you'd like to know more about Ian Miles Cheong and his insanity, or his past dealings with his business partner, Andy Worski, be sure to check out Andy Worski's YouTube channel as he's putting up a video series detailing the entire history. I'd recommend watching it as soon as possible, because given the way Ian acts on the internet, it probably isn't going to be up for much longer.
Damn, okay. Well, that was informative. All right. Oh, man. This is from the archive, right? Yeah, so there's no comments or anything. Damn it.
Hey, yeah, it's from the archive.
Okay. And Bode, we got to do an episode on the sector sometime. We got to...
Yeah, it's a daunting task, but
I'm sure it is, but I need to know who this Worski dude even is, because I only know him from his contemporary setting of being one of the dudes licking Phil's butthole. And
yeah.
I mean, he's...
Yeah, he got into his share of shenanigans.
And Ashton, too. What's his story? Well, then again, I don't really like him either.
I have no idea what Ashton's story is.
I don't know a lot about Ashton, but I can give you something about Worski.
What's that?
And I'm fairly neutral with Worski, but Worski actually had a run-in with Ian Miles Cheong before this. Do you remember when Worski and Tonkasaw were supposed to fight?
Yes.
The knockdown at Nashville?
Yeah.
Well...
And somebody submitted, like, bad piss tests or something.
That would be Tonkasaw.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Well, Tonkasaw was dating this girl named Vamp Candy, who was in a little bit of an open relationship with Tonka. I say a little bit because I don't think Tonka knew, but everyone else did.
That's the best kind of open relationship, eh?
And Ian and Andy were friends at the time. Andy had a battle plan for, like, this MMA fight. They got it sanctioned with the help of, like, Tara LaRose, who was a former MMA fighter. They got everything squared away so that there was, like, all legal sanctions and everything were actually involved. There were proper licenses were being
obtained. That's what's up.
And Ian went behind Andy's back and snaked him to Vamp Candy so that he could get just a whiff of e-girl pussy. Just a whiff. Thinking, oh, if I tell Vamp Candy Andy's battle plan against her boyfriend, then that'll, get me in good. And the way that you can tell that this is true, because he's denied this for so long that that's the reason he did it. He's admitted that he did it, but that the reason was, he wanted a whiff of some e-girl.
And I hate to quote Nick Fuentes, but never e-girls, not even once.
Yeah, never e-girls, not even once. No, agreed. But the audio that you heard of him getting Andy Worski swatted, the person that leaked that was a different e-girl that Ian had been simping for and paid for, like, a $2,000 MacBook and an iPad Touch or some shit. But he had sent her like $2,000 to $3,000 worth of gifts, and then sent her that audio. She's the one that leaked that. So
That's
this
what's
isn't
up.
the first time that he has simped for an e-girl and snaked Andy Worski in the process.
Oh,
Wow. Yeah, I used to like enjoy seeing Andy Worski on the kill stream. I'm willing to admit that. I don't really know what he's been up to since then, and I'm not really a fan of anything he does now, but like he was funny back in 2016.
Well, this will have to wait until the sector episode.
Yeah, sector episode.
But where does the marijuana, or not marijuana, where does the drugs come into this with Worski?
I think Worski was just doing cocaine all the time.
That's awesome.
No. So Worski wound up getting into cocaine around the time that Failure in the Morning stopped, which was the Morning Kumite was Failure in the Morning and Tonkasaw and Worski. And then when that fell apart, Worski did his own thing with another guy in the sector named JF Gariepe or Gariepe. It's like French Canadian or French. It's some frog country, and that guy, they call him Garape.
Okay.
And the reason is because he wound up marrying a very special needs, like autism wife.
Cat?
And no, like we're talking legit worse.
Oh, so almost Chris Chan level of dysfunctional.
Worse.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, like living, breathing potato.
Oh, wow.
And someone that level of needing special assistance, and I agree with this sentiment, cannot, as like an adult that can barely function on their own, consent to sex. And yet I think they have kids.
Of course.
So people called him Garape, and it was around the time that he was with JF. I don't know if it was something that like JF said, hey, you should try this, it's fun, or what. But it was around that time that Worski started getting into coke.
Okay. Yeah, not that. Hey, you know a lot about the sector too, then.
Yeah, I've been on the kill stream a couple of times.
What? Cool.
Yeah, before everything went to shit, I was on with Milo Yiannopoulos as like a guest caller for like 10, maybe 15 minutes. There was another time there's a woman named Corinne Forever, and she's like early to mid 50s woman that wound up trying to sleep with every single guy in the sector. We're talking tried to sleep with Ethan Ralph, tried to sleep with Andy Worski, tried to sleep with Baked Alaska.
Like Pokemon, gotta catch them all.
Oh yeah, catch them all, and they probably caught a lot from her if they ever did sleep with her.
Ack.
And she wound up going to the what is it called, like the IPS2, like that.
Oh, IP2.
IP2, that's
the fucking RV where they drove around the country raping each other.
Nice.
What's Milo up to these days, Heinz? Milo's made a comeback in a big way. He is absolutely on his fucking villain arc. Milo went quiet after the comments that he made on the Drunken Peasants regarding the stuff with like how he was kind of forced to be gay because
LTG.
He was definitely molested, and it was by a Catholic priest.
Oh, never mind. I can't find that clip. Then it's not gonna be funny. Continue.
He said that, but I was discovering my sexuality, and it's different for gay people. So yeah, even though I was like 12 or 13, you actually can consent at that point in time. And anyone with a rational brain realized that he was rationalizing the trauma that he had been through, which
Oh,
he has
okay.
since come back and said, where he was like, yeah, because he's not gay anymore. Like, he did a lot. He left the internet. He did a lot for himself. He's like, yeah, no, I went to therapy for a long time.
So he's on a
I'm
real
not gay.
redemption arc.
No, he's on a fucking villain arc. He is
Oh,
exposing
okay.
every single person that ever did him wrong. He's going after Laura Loomer. He's going after Nick Fuentes. He's going after
Okay.
Ethan Ralph. He's going after Baked Alaska. He's going after fucking everybody.
Okay.
Damn.
And yeah, and he's got receipts for everything.
That's what's up, man. CDSP,
Like,
that's how you
everyone
do
that ever
that.
wronged him.
That's how you do a. That's how you do a. Almost like a Shar Aznable arc. That's how you get revenge
Yes.
on everyone.
Griffith did nothing wrong, by the way.
I don't know about all that. Speaking of doing nothing wrong, what's all this then? Most hated man on Twitter, the gamer from Mars. All right,
The Mississauga police will be paying him
Gamer
a nice
from
little
Mars is
visit.
pretty
I told them
good.
that he was armed and dangerous.
Have you ever been on Twitter and wondered to yourself if a person really meant the outrageous stuff they were saying or just trying to get engagement? If
I mean,
so,
all
you've
of it.
probably run across Ian Miles Cheong. But what's surprising is that beyond a constant stream of tweets on every single topical event known to man, is a guy that has spent the past 2 decades embroiled in online controversy that I don't think
this guy's
most
such a
people
weird
know
looking
about.
dude.
So how has this one individual made a lucrative career as a culture critic? Well, today that's what I'll try to find out.
Oh, nice.
Ian's online presence dates back to 2002 on the Codex, a site for discussing RPG games. He was a member of their staff and wrote reviews under the names Sol Invictus and Exeodum. He also moderated their forums, where he often got accused of power tripping. To put it lightly, Ian was unpopular amongst users. At one point, an entire wiki was made to document his behavior. They wrote about his unfair bans, bizarre habits, and provable lies. One page, for example, explains how he used a hose to wash his rear end. They tolerated his antics for years, until a heated back and forth with indie developer Cleve Blakemore. In 2005, Ian accused Cleve of being a racist. He posted it to the site's newsfeed, which got backlash from readers. "You are one of the main reasons this website is a joke. I used to like reading your stuff here, but man, you're an idiot." As you can imagine, Cleve denied Ian's accusations, before levying his own. You see, the Codex had a public chat room where users hang out. This allowed the developer to obtain logs exposing Ian as a hypocrite. Ian was caught saying slurs, praising Hitler, and proclaiming Jews were nothing. He also compared
So we got our
himself to a banana,
mandatory
yellow
hard
on the
R for the
outside and
episode.
white on the inside. I don't
It's in
consider
there.
myself an Asian person. I'm Chinese. I'm really racist. So I don't consider myself Asian because that means generalizing myself with those
Holy
mongrels.
crap.
Ian tried to argue that he was taken out of context.
So he's got the LTG energy. I'm Asian, but I don't really consent to that. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
These logs, you know, because they couldn't be wrongs.
Oh shit, that's good. Oh man, I gotta tell my Japanese friend that. Well, I gotta tell him about LTG. It's gonna be a complicated story.
But like, my question is, if you're gonna post shit like that, which like it is a gamer forum, so like, and I'm assuming it's back in time enough where everyone probably said racist shit, but then you're gonna go and accuse other people of being racist when you're posting hard R's and saying that other Asians are inferior to you. Like, how do you then? Well, I guess it's when you have no morals at all. You can use whatever weapons you have against people.
If he
And
didn't
I'm
have
sure he
the
would
double
cry if
standards-
he got doxxed.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he's just going around calling the cops on random people all across the world. Like, so
Has he been
fucking
doxxed?
stupid. Like, has he? I don't know.
I mean, but you've heard that saying, I'm sure. If someone didn't have double standards, they'd have no standards at all.
That's true.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, yeah. No, go on.
He pointed to other public examples of his racism. As a result, the disgraced blogger was fired, having
Hell yeah.
caused more trouble than he was worth. They reflected on this on the site's year-end
You're an
review.
idiot,
I'm pretty
opinion
sure he
invalidated.
pissed off
Yeah.
Exidium, who is now at Hell.
Well, no one should listen to me.
He's been talking about how stupid we are for the last few months. Ian left to pursue a career in gaming journalism. The controversy did
Is
little
that
to
even a
hinder his
career,
later
really?
ventures. He was
I
able
don't
to
mean that
leverage
to be
his
cynical, but how
reviews
much do they get
into
paid?
more legitimate work, moving
Pretty
between
well back in the
publications
day
with
if you
each
did
rung
good,
higher than the last.
writing.
He identified as a
If you
turbo
wrote
feminist when social justice became a popular talking point. This reinvention was successful, though it did little to protect him from controversy. An early road bump was his retrospective of Hellgate London in 2010. The online action RPG was released 3 years prior to great disappointment. In spite of this, Ian didn't say anything. That's because he was flown out by EA to visit San Francisco with other fans. They spent 3 days with the developers and were treated to a luxurious weekend. The fans signed an NDA before trying out the game. That's when Ian got a pit in his stomach, realizing it was underwhelming. But he chose to remain silent as, quote, speaking negatively would be a betrayal to his recent drinking buddies. Afterwards, representatives from Intel and Microsoft arrived with gifts. They were each given a bleeding-edge CPU, motherboard, and a copy of Vista Ultimate for free. Their nicknames were to be added to the game as unique items. If you've ever played the game and found a unique Templar breastplate called Sol's Invictus, it refers to me. Ian was so ecstatic, he provided them a glowing testimonial. He later tried to express his concern in private,
straight up bribed,
only to get warned as a publishing partner. This is ultimately why it took 3 years for him to criticize the game publicly. The article was controversial as Ian effectively admitted that he was wined and dined out of giving negative coverage. This was only the beginning, as soon...
How hard would it be to trick DSP into thinking this happens far more often than it does? I think it'd be funny.
Not difficult, because it actually does happen.
It happens a pretty lot.
Yeah, it happens about as frequently as DSP thinks.
The reason I don't like DSP for making this point is because it's like, he thinks he's breaking ground and like, I'm the only one who tells the truth, but like, everyone knows this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, of course. They flew you out to a special event. Like, yeah, that probably means you're not supposed to say the game sucks ass. That's like, yeah, everyone knows that. That's why games journalism is bullshit.
Yeah, remember,
but DSP's opinions are just Twitter. So, yeah, he did. He's done all the things he rallies against. He did do. It just didn't work out for him like he thought.
No, at E3,
so then he took the moral high ground.
What's
he got $6,000. At E3, Phil got $6,000 to play Hawken and do a video on Hawken.
Is there a video? Hold on. This is how you don't play with Hawken?
No, there shouldn't be, but there should be a review, maybe from, like, if you type in DSP review Hawken, he might have his review, but
yeah,
he got
here it is.
$6,000 for that.
$6,000 for less than 4 minutes of footage. Hey, DSP, you know what? I can't even really fault you on that. What a baller. Why don't you do that more often?
And then he played that Sonic and Mario shit as like a sponsored stream and didn't say it was until like later.
That's a little bit in the FTC violation there.
He's
just in case
a
any detractors want to do that, you know.
The original Hawk too. Yeah, let's go with that. Actually, he was sucking off LTG behind the fucking Bennigan's.
Oh no. Is that wait, no, wasn't it behind the where was that Mike Valley thing? Ross.
Oh, behind a Ross Dress for Less.
Yes.
Yeah, someone mentioned Ross the other day and like I was tempted to post the Mike Valley copy pasta.
It's such a good copy
and just take the ban for it.
Oh man. It's more DS or more Dale coded than it is Mike Valley coded.
Yeah. Well, it was just because that dude was like such a fake tough guy.
Yeah, Mike Valley was lame ass.
Yeah, and there's other copy pastas of him too about like him trying to like fight a 14-year-old. And like for all I know, they're real.
Yeah, they might as well be.
They're really funny.
We should do a video on him. Mike Valley's fun.
Ethical issues emerged. But before we get any further, let's give a brief word to my sponsor.
Chill. What is this?
A performance that truly matters.
Chinese
if you're
superiority.
Like me, you're probably spending a lot of time sitting behind a computer desk. But that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing if you get a Flexi Spot. Flexi Spot is a brand
it sounds
of
fantastic.
Yo, an ad into a sponsor is crazy.
7 Pro models. $50 Ian became the editor-in-chief at GameRinks and a social media consultant for Global Post. Both were put under scrutiny after the discovery of his Reddit account in 2012.
Oops.
He registered
I don't
in
have Reddit.
2008 under the name Sol Invictus. He moderated many of the site's largest forums, accruing over 350,000 link karma. The list included Ask Reddit, Politics, Funny, WTF, and Today I Learned.
You should love yourself
that
now.
January,
a
post was made about Ian in Report the Spammers. They found he was using multiple accounts to promote sites he had financial interest in. Sol Invictus is the biggest spammer on Reddit. He makes money
This
from
guy
your
really is
clicks
just
on
DSP,
sites
but
that he
kind of
repeatedly posts
applied
here.
himself
We are
differently.
all being gamed by this guy. Sol Invictus does not want his biggest source of income to realize what a scumbag he is. The post went ultimately unnoticed, aside from Reddit's admins. They removed his accounts a month later, with the fallout in a series of articles by the Daily Dot. At the time, he was the most influential Redditor to ever be banned. The first simply reports on his ban, while the second offers a bit more insight. They were able to confirm his ties with Global Post, and they provide a quote of him trying to defend himself. I'm far from being the only high-profile user on the website who submits his own content. I simply wasn't as careful about making friends and enemies as I should have been. This incident brought a lot of negative attention to Ian, who kept his position at GameRinks. He continued to face criticism throughout his tenure. The most egregious was an article that falsely accused YouTuber KSI of sexual assault. It centered around a video in which KSI, as a prank, asked girls if he could hit on them at a convention. The article is titled, "Sexually Assaulting Women, Verbally or Otherwise, at Gaming Conventions is Not Okay." The video opens with him introducing a model in a tap-out t-shirt and naming her Massive Tits. A few moments later, he asks another booth babe if he can motorboat her, the act of forcefully shoving one's face into a woman's breast. It doesn't matter if it's to make people laugh. It doesn't matter if she's dressed provocatively. At no point is it okay to grope or molest women. Although Ian didn't write the article, he defended it on Twitter.
He didn't do that,
included
though.
arguing with Brandy Brewery, the actual woman who got motorboated.
Oh, there you
I
go.
was not sexually harassed. Get a grip, people. It turns out the article had been written without speaking to any of the women involved.
Oh shit, that's
Ian
the best kind of
refused to take
journalism.
accountability, choosing to move the goalpost. No worries, I never said you were the one being sexually assaulted. The other girls didn't seem into it though. Well, the others didn't get touched, so who else would be the one being assaulted you spoke of?
Ooh, shit.
Actually, the first and last girl got touched with the mic. She didn't seem to like it. At least it seems that way.
She got hit with
in
the
video.
Saturn stick.
With the mic, oh my god. It wasn't his dick. Seriously, get away from your computer screen and meet a girl.
I'm gonna have to dox this lady.
In spite of this, the article was never removed. In fact, KSI was banned from all future Eurogamer events. With the accusations following him for years.
Oh,
It became
man,
one
that's
of the many
bullshit, dude.
examples used to indict the state of gaming media, which set the stage for Gamergate in 2014. This isn't a video about the online movement though, but it does need to be understood to explain the Ian Miles Cheong we know
Can't get
today.
over his dude when it comes to him. He looks like a complete nerd, and then you pan back and he's just jacked. Yeah, it
To
is
put
kind
it
of like a
simply,
soy jack
Gamergate
comparison,
was an
huh?
online movement meant to address ethics in gaming journalism.
He's
or
like
was
the
a
Zoomer
harassment
with the
campaign
coconut
against
water,
women
man.
in gaming,
Yeah.
depending on who you talk.
Except
It
he's
was
jacked.
sparked by an affair between developer Zoe
Do you
Quinn
guys
and
see
5
how
guys
I
in
call
the
him
industry.
Chow Yun
It
Extra
sought to
Fat?
address cronyism
Do
and a
now?
perceived
Do I know?
Oh, Ian Miles Chong.
Yeah, Ian Miles Chong. The
Chow
reason I-
Yun extra fat.
That's
Yeah, I
good.
call him Chow Yun Extra Fat.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
He
Follows.
does not like that nickname.
Oh, well, that's why I'm using it.
a lack of integrity.
You promise you don't like it?
Evolved into a debate surrounding
Yeah,
sexism and identity
yeah,
politics.
he really hates
that, alongside claims of harassment, made the movement ineffectual, beyond launching the careers of many online figures. This is where we return to Ian, who was subject to much of their criticism. Ian was immediately dismissive, going on record to state, "Ethics in game journalism? It's f***ing game journalism. Who gives a flying f***? Hey Gamergate, go f*** yourselves." He wrote
Nice.
8 articles about
What
the
a tough
subject,
guy.
portraying it as a harassment campaign. The Gamergate movement was founded upon the harassment of independent game developer Zoe Quinn, and is responsible for the harassment of several other game developers, media critics such as Anita Sarkeesian, and their supporters in the game industry. In response, Gamergate dug into his past and found the racist old chat
Oh,
logs.
shit.
They were further circulated in an article by controversial streamer Ethan Ralph. This made Ian apologize, only to blame a toxic gaming culture. So I need to talk about something. I'm sure some of you who've seen my interactions with GG can attest to the toxicity of the issue. I said some dumb, gross shit while young. Dumb and under the influence of the very toxic gaming community that is trying to smear me today. I apologize.
Oh yeah, now that I'm on the other side of it, it's evil.
Yes.
Yeah, good one, bro.
Yeah, he makes it sound like it's just like he got a bad strain of weed called the gaming community. Like, yo, dog, I know that Girl Scout cookies I got you a week ago, I said that shit was awesome. You gotta try this shit called the gaming community, man. It is extra fucking toxic.
And then he's like, wait, no, actually, that was fucking salvia.
Yeah, that was just salvia. Yeah, that was just oregano, man. No, the other one's not.
What's that other shit?
Smoking.
Spice.
No.
That was what I meant to say, was that spice shit that makes you
Just fucking sink into your couch for like 15 minutes.
makes you fucking bug out.
Ooh. I shouldn't use that for going green, huh?
No. Never smoke synthetic weed.
Okay.
For saying those things in the past, and will continue to work and advocate against the excessive amounts of racism and anti-Semitism in gaming. Thank you
Overdosed
for
on
hearing
his
me
own
out.
farts.
Ian later said he wasn't trying to blame anyone,
He's huffing that
and
deadly
clarified
internet,
he was
toxic
16
internet.
at
Yes,
the
yeah, no
time.
kidding.
This fell on deaf ears as detractors continued to call him
Detractors.
a bigot. One such comment from
It's so
Kotaku
weird
in
hearing
Action,
detractors
a pro
outside of
Gamergate
DSP.
subreddit reads,
Yeah.
Ian Miles Cheong,
I just
known
think
anti-Semite
faceless
among other
monsters.
things, is still in a position of power among anti-Gamergate. It seems one side values its credibility. In response, a now deleted user defended Ian. Can we keep character defamation out of this sub? It makes us look as bad as the other side. Since
really?
when is truth a defamation? Oh, come on, we're better than this. This account, as it turns out,
DSP
belonged
logic.
to Ian himself,
Right,
which was
Sherm?
proven
What
in
Sherm?
a leaked IRC for Reddit mods. It also
TP.
revealed that Ian continued to spam his own links years after being caught. In October of 2014, Ian called out Kotaku in Action's mod 28 dans later. He accused the
I didn't
man of
know other
having a
people
second
called
account
it
where he
Sherm.
bragged about assaulting women. So Gamergate has an actual rapist in its midst, leading the pack
Holy
in a
shit.
movement that claims not to be about misogyny. No,
Wait,
you
Rox is in
misread.
the Gamergate?
He actually claims to have committed rape. Ian backtracked on this within an hour, clarifying it was believed and impossible to prove. A Reddit admin with access
this dude
to
is
the IP
constantly
logs is the
screwing
only
himself
one
over by being
capable of proving
stupid.
that.
He's
To
almost
make it
worse than
clear,
DSP.
there was no evidence. Yet he was willing
he
to
is
levy
worse
the
than DSP.
accusation.
He's like an Asian version
In the
of
end, his character
DSP.
attack
Oh, no,
achieved its
Ian
goal
is
as Dan was
unequivocally
removed as a
more evil than
moderator.
DSP.
The same
How much more would you say? Like, where is he on the tier list of evil?
Probably like an 8. Like, if we're ranking from 1 to 10, if we're talking like A to S, he's not the top of S tier, but like, if it was like Street Fighter, to put it in DSP terms,
Yeah.
he's in the top 5 characters.
Okay.
Like, he's not as bad as Onision, but he flirts with it. Onision's parrying, he's getting those perfect parries, but he's flirting with danger there.
Oh, yeah. Flirting with danger and it's underage.
Couldn't be said for his campaign against Ryan Coons, the developer of Honey Pop.
Yeah, it can't be done,
Honey Pop is an
Morgana.
adult hybrid puzzle
Yeah,
dating
never.
What the
game
hell is
released
this?
in early 2015. It was funded on Kickstarter, where it earned over $50,000. The game
DSP should play
received
this.
backlash from those who felt it was a creepy game for incels. Ryan mocked them, calling them SJWs, and refused to censor his project. This earned respect from Gamergaters, who made it known with their wallets. Its launch was so successful, Honey Pop reached number 7 on Steam's bestseller list.
Oh, man.
The success enraged Ian, who tweeted incessantly, apparently the makers of Honey Pop think that there's an SJW conspiracy against their game. He's pandering hard to Gamergate. It's depressing, I know. Maybe this will encourage other devs to court GG. You know what? I don't give a shit. Feel free to out yourself as a piece of trash. The tirade culminated in an article for GameRinks where he tried to get Honey Pop banned. His argument centered around an official patch
Man,
that
this dude is
added nudity
insecure with
back
his
into the
life,
game.
man. Just
Ian
ban
alleged
everything.
it violated Steam's terms of service and reached out to Valve for comment. Violating Steam's terms of service is so ethical, you guys. This campaign was short-lived, though, as Honey
Oh,
Pop
not the
was cleared
terms of
next day,
service.
A victory that was thrown in his face.
That thing
If
matters,
you want to
man.
spend your money
This
on
dude
Honey
is
Pop,
just like
that's
a
your right
bitch,
and your
dude.
business. Strangely,
He's
it was
so
after
bitchy.
this that Ian seemed to have a change of heart. You see, he began to adopt more neutral stances that didn't align with his previous views. For example, criticizing Polygon, taking points off for mature content. It caught the attention of Kotaku in Action, who remarked on his sudden turn. I am confused with his change, as he has steadily been making sense for almost 2 months now. Did he see the old guard falling? Did he decide to stand on his own opinions?
No.
I have no clue. But many weren't buying it. He's a bandwagoner. He goes whichever way seems to grant him more power. Rats fleeing a sinking ship that is SJW gaming journalism. That sentiment changed once Ian released a formal apology to Gamergate on May 26, 2015, apologizing for broadly misrepresenting gamers and demonizing them for the crime of liking video games. I joined the choir of dehumanizing voices, attacking my fellow gamers. I was completely intolerant. I was being an ass. I had lost my way. I had no right to dehumanize nor attack gamers as a whole. He also distanced himself from the social justice movement. I don't believe there's anything wrong with social justice as an idea, but as a movement, it's a different
not
story.
the same guy he was
Despite having
yesterday.
ideals,
That was a million years
it's
ago.
easy to get lost in a mire
This
of
isn't
insults
lucrative
and
anymore.
dehumanizing attacks when engaged in a heated battle over social media. This is my
Now, if they
sin.
don't accept his
I
apology, does he
contributed to an
dox him?
atmosphere of intolerance and aggression. It may seem hypocritical for me to rail against outrage in recent tweets. I sought something to
I kinda
oppose,
like that idea.
and yet
Just
I
dox
find
for
myself
everything.
asking now how these issues
Don't,
even
of course,
matter
but
when it
it's
caused
funny.
hurt to others.
Punish
I
counter,
am
I was
sorry if I've
doxing.
ever hurt you.
Yeah,
At
imagine
the
if
time-
DSP did that. Every single message he got that was negative, he just doxed that person. DSP is on a record 4,000 dox streak.
He would
The
have if he
apology
could
felt
have
earnest,
during
which is
the
reflected in its response.
the
They
forums.
welcomed Ian with open
Yes,
arms
sure, you
as
can
he began
forums.
covering
If
the
he had
subreddit positively.
people giving
I
him
took a
docs, he would have used it.
Oh, definitely.
And like, because he even tried to call out what's
The
his
awesome
name?
one.
The awesome one. Like the moment, another way he's so similar to Christian. It's like, you guys just won't leave me alone. It's not right to give out my name and my number and my address. And then the instant he thinks he has information on Clyde Cash, he's blackmailing him. It's the same shit that Phil was trying to do.
Damn.
He's like, oh, guess what? I know where you live. How do you like that now? And then the next day he's crying that people doxed him. It's like, dude, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like the second he thinks he can harm someone, like he'll do it.
Yes.
It's just he doesn't have enough friends to actually do it. Like Phil would love to call the cops on a troll.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have a network that can actually, like, Detractor Palace IP grabber just didn't have anyone click on it, so it didn't work.
Damn it. I was thinking about it.
They saw through my ruse.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of arrows pointed
Jenkins
at it.
wasn't fooling anyone.
Maybe I shouldn't have actually called it the Tractor Palace IP grabber.
Yeah, right.
I may have thrown my, I may have showed my hand when the email says, click this link, you fucking idiot.
Trust but verify position on Cheong when he first posted his general apology. Credit where credit is due. He's been behaving like a principled adult since then.
Oh,
Good
nice.
for him. Before long, Ian was criticizing feminist frequency and calling Kotaku everything wrong with gaming journalism. Game journalism is a dying scene because most gamers don't trust agenda-driven bloggers who are more interested in whining in politics. His once detractors were now loyal fans who celebrated his heel turn. Eventually, Ian was
since Heavy
writing for
Rain.
Heat Streets, The Sun, and other news outlets run by the same people that own Fox News. This is about when his coverage started to veer from gaming. The last notable run-in he had with his former clique was with the Khan chat leaks. In short, Crash Override Network was an anti-harassment organization started by Alex Lifshitz and Zoe Quinn. They partnered with Feminist Frequency, who served as its official sponsor. In August of 2017, over 850,000 lines were leaked from their Skype groups. It proved many of Gamergate's targets were colluding, at least to some degree. That included Ian Miles Cheong, who donated and worked with Zoe Quinn. GameRanks later added disclosures to address the issue. Coverage of Gamergate at this point in time was not done in good faith. Ian Miles Cheong was a member of Crash Override at this time. Ian owned up to his involvements, and more importantly verified they were real. He even wrote an article on the subject for Heat Street. Beyond doxing and expecting the mob to publicly shame outed individuals, the group went a step further and discussed contacting employers to get people fired. This
Damn.
included
That's
silencing
also
a
super
member
lame.
of the Armed Forces and Purple Heart recipient for his views supporting Gamergate by contacting his superior officer. There was no
What?
shortage of threats to
Oh,
sue
man.
anyone who supported Gamergate into financial oblivion.
Are you really the last person to find out about this skip ads forever button?
It sure
this
seems
is
like
Pi,
it.
And if it sounds familiar to you,
the irony of that too is like he's like
There was
these
no
stupid
turning back.
anti-Gamergate people. They were legitimately grassroots people who liked video games. Everyone on the other side was just like bought and paid for shills. It was like shills versus people who want to play a good game.
Yep.
And it's crazy that like they called the government on them. Like like that shit still blows my mind. That people are like, "Oh yeah, weren't you like a part of Gamergate?" And it's like, "What? The people who were right?"
I need
Like,
a
what do you
chopper gunner
mean?
at this location.
Yeah. It's like they had you come to the UN to talk about how people were mean to you online for being like
Wrong and
dishonest and corrupt. And it's like it figures the UN would take their side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when Kofi Annan was the head of the UN. I could
Oh
imagine
yeah.
just RCXD inbound.
Yeah. Yep.
Was DSP never was part of Gamergate. What was he doing during the time that Gamergate was even happening?
He was taking credit for SOPA and PIPA, even though other people had released videos first.
Yep.
And
Yeah, he
was staying
basically
remarkably
clickbaited
quiet.
that.
Like he was he was in the process of moving during the height of Gamergate, which was 2014, 2015.
I'm actually
he
really
moved
glad
in-
he never got involved in that.
Oh
Yeah.
the other side would have won.
And like
would've just pointed at
I
DSP
wasn't
and been like,
involved in it
"Case
either,
closed."
but I was watching it. And like just to see how like the people who are actually being honest are having their shit twisted into being the villains was crazy. And it's like, yeah, they're like, "Oh, well, I got racist and sexist comments." And it's like, "Yeah, aren't you a gamer? Of course you did."
Yeah.
What do you mean? So did I. Like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, of course you did. Do you play that? Like, proved that they didn't play video games because it's like, wait, this is the first time someone's called you the N-word online. Like, that means you don't play Xbox.
Well,
Like
the
that, I
interesting
can
point about
certifiably guarantee you've never
Hey,
been in a
big ups
lobby.
the one who waits. Yeah,
Yeah.
this dude never played
Like, if you've,
Black
it's like
Ops?
you've never played Halo or Call of Duty, if no one's ever called you some kind of slur or homophobic remark or like whatever. It's like, yeah, dude, that's like you're going up against gamers and saying you can't say the gamer word? What do you mean?
It's
And-
just
and
shit talk, man.
you
Also,
point out
you're not
something
even black,
that's
so
really
what are
interesting.
you claiming?
Yeah, there's that too.
It's like someone called me the N-word, and it's like, well, if you're not black, what are you mad for?
I don't know. I don't get called that often. I would kind of celebrate it.
I've
Hell
been called
yeah,
it
I
a
got
lot,
recognition.
But like, usually it was in good terms, but
Finally, the recognition I deserve.
yeah, exactly, Fair Monarch. Like, you haven't even been on the fucking internet, have you? You've never been in an ICQ chat, and this is like for the time. Like, I wouldn't blame someone for not being on ICQ and Vent now because I'm an old man, but like, it's like, yeah, you were never on any of this shit. Like, you were never playing like Counter-Strike or like early like Tribes, like any of the early multiplayer shit. It's like you just jumped in and decided you're king of video games now. Fuck you.
No, I get you on that. And you called me the N-word a couple times as I was setting up the stream. It just happens, you know?
Wow, that's
Yeah, well, yeah.
private.
Yeah.
But it's funny you point out about the not playing games, because Anita Sarkeesian, who was heavily involved in all of this, when this started and she was doing the feminist frequency videos, someone found her college project where she was doing something, I believe it was related to music in video games. I'm not entirely sure, but it had something to do with using video games for an allegory for something else. And in that project, which was videotaped, she said, I actually had to do a lot of research for this because I'm not a gamer. I don't play video games.
Ooh, confession.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Right. She doesn't play video games, and then she's going to be like, "This is what video games should be."
Exactly.
It's just tourism.
It's
We
like,
have that.
no.
We have that happen every once in a while in the Gundam community. It doesn't happen that often with the Gundam community because it's a bit more obscure. But they're releasing a live action movie, or at least they're planning on filming it. And so I imagine we're going to get a lot more of that, where people will come in and say, "Well, Gundam shouldn't be like this." And
Right. Yeah.
And then
Well,
I say,
this sucks. They should change all of this. It's
and
like,
the
excuse
questions
me.
always come out, and they say, "Well, which one did you watch?" And then they'll say, "Well, I watched the movie." Okay, well, goodbye. You don't have anything to say.
Right. Yeah.
And
it's not even saying that you need to know everything or that you need to pretend the older shit is better, but you should respect the people that have been doing it forever and like kind of like ease your way into a community.
Yes.
Like you don't have to be shunned because you didn't play fucking Counter-Strike or whatever, but like just like don't shit all over it either. Like let people like have their nostalgia and like learn the right way to do it.
Definitely. And
like learn how people have been doing it and why it's worked so long. Because like you
Exactly.
didn't get attracted to it for no reason. You got into it because you thought it was cool. So let the people who made it cool explain to you why the rest of it is cool that you don't know
100%.
about.
Salty Scottman brings up a good point. Yes, they do try to do it with anime, and it's becoming more pervasive. Luckily, because of things like Gamergate, it's getting more of an immediate pushback when you see people proudly saying, oh, yes, I'm part of the English translation community. Not so fun fact from one of Declan's fun fact bag of tricks.
Let's hear it.
I've been taking Japanese on and off for about
Weeb.
3 years. I'm a huge fucking Japanophile. I fucking love Japan.
Okay,
And
whatever.
I'm
You're
far
not
from-
Japanese, dude. Sorry, no matter how many 23andMe's you do, it's not coming back. I'm sorry.
Excuse me, ore wa totemo.
Okay, whatever, dude.
offendedness.
Let's put it this way.
Anyway,
You're more Japanese than Elizabeth Warren is Native American.
I don't listen to Naruto talk.
That is true. That is very true. But a lot of people are at least fighting back and saying, you know, oh, this person's part of the English translation community, and they're making very unnecessary changes. One of the prime examples is Dragon Maid, where they take part of Dragon Maid, and the original
I don't watch
line
anime.
in Japanese is, well, the original line is something to do with, oh, well, this guy's awkward, and the line as they translated it for the English subtitles is like, oh, this guy's part of the patriarchy and is an incel.
Oh god.
Awesome.
And like,
So you
it's
got people
gotten
showing
really-
up with just bad information about the show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's, you know, like they intentionally, they're saying flat out on Twitter, yes, I am doing this intentionally. Yes, I am gonna put a message into your favorite anime. And a lot of anime fans were like, then we'll just fucking become fluent in Japanese too, retard.
AI
And guess
translation.
what?
I'll just
and then-
learn a whole new language to avoid that.
Yeah, and not just that, we'll also offer, you know, translation services more accurately. It's gotten so bad to the point where Japan has now found out, a couple of major animation studios in Japan have found out about this, and they're like, if you don't knock it the fuck off, we're just going to do translation over here. And you know how bad of English speakers we are. So
We'll ruin the whole
yeah,
show.
yeah. So
I don't
unless
know,
you
that
want
sounds
your shit to
awesome.
make,
It
yeah, unless you
does.
want your shit to make absolutely zero fucking sense, you better fucking knock it off. And
Yeah, I've been
I
seeing
think that's kind of driven home the point for a few people at least.
I've been seeing a lot of pushback from Japanese people about it too. There was it's because it, you know, for people who don't know or haven't dealt with Japanese people, they're extremely nice, probably to a fault. And
Yes.
they don't
Yes.
want to. They don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to cause controversy. They don't even really want to have opinions most of the time. Not really. So the fact that they've finally been pushed to say, you know what, you're stupid, it says something. It says something when you've pissed off the Japanese, at least at this point. It didn't used to be that way. But and so I see it every once in a while on Twitter, and I always know it's good because of how many retweets and likes it gets. It'll be some line in Japanese, and then I auto translate it, and it basically just says, "Hey, if you're translating our shit wrong, just don't even watch it, stupid." You know. And I'm loving that. I'm loving that that's happening. Yeah, tourism ruins everything because you don't even know what it is you're complaining about because the different fandoms have their issues. There's lots of things I don't really like about the Gundam franchise, but I tell you what, something stupid like, well, we need this, this, or this. Like that's not a legit criticism. It's there's real things to be worried about.
Yeah. And like nerds don't want people ruining their hobby, but like Japanese nerds really don't want people.
Oh, they'll send death
their
threats,
hobby.
man.
They're extra protective, and like I respect it.
Yeah, them and the Chinese, when it comes to fucking around with their nerd stuff, like they don't like it one bit. To the point where the nerds, at least in China, will send literal death. Like this is a very quick tangent, but there was a woman. Yeah, there was a female singer named Wink XY.
All right, huge fan.
Was on the like Chinese version of The Voice, and she made it to the quarterfinals, and then she got the lyrics of one of the songs that she was supposed to sing for an elimination round wrong. And so she got yes, she did receive a lot of death threats.
Jesus.
And like rape threats and like awful stuff because she broke down in tears and asked for them to start the song over. And people were like, "Oh, that's so unprofessional. You'll never make it in this business. You're exiled from singing." Is basically how they treated it. So for years, she never got any work in China as a singer. Well, then Hoyoverse, formerly known as MiHoYo, the people that made Genshin Impact and Zenless Zone Zero, they prior to that they had a game called Honkai Impact, and Honkai Impact was kind of like their love letter to Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Boo. Continue.
And they had a song that they wanted, song called Oracle, and it was for part of what they called the post-Honkai Odyssey. So they approached Wink XY and they said, "Look, we can't let people know that it's you because like you're basically in singing exile in China, but we want to give you a paying gig and we're going to pay you really well and you get to sing again. Do you want to do this song for us?" And she's like, "Oh my god, yes, please." So she does this song, she absolutely fucking crushes it. And when they were done, I guess they got data mined or leaked somehow, but like it was one of those great, now all of China knows you're here from Mulan, where people found out that it was Wink XY and they're like, "We told you you were exiled from singing in China." But the MiHoYo fans, the fucking Chinese nerds, were like, "Oh wait, that was Wink XY? New deal. If you ever besmirch this woman's name again, remember that you're fucking with the nerds of China. She's one of us now. If you go after her, we'll fucking get all of your addresses and kill all of you."
Have a revolution.
Yeah. And so now, Wink XY
Just like
is the highest
50,000
paid female
dudes
singer in China.
Naruto running.
Yeah, those dudes should be
running with their arms behind their backs toward the fucking capital.
Yeah, but like she's literally now the highest paid female singer in China because the rest of China was like, "Oh, we like her now? Okay, shit. I guess we like her now because the gaming nerds told us we have to."
That's what's up. That's cool. I kind of like that. She got
a real redemption arc.
She got redeemed, but she got redeemed by the mob. So the mob has protection for her now forever. It's kind of like how I guess if what was his name, Toriyama ever went to Mexico, he would have 90 armed guards around him at all times. Because the cartels would not let anything happen to that dude.
Yeah.
You'd have technicals doing laps around him. Man. But that is cool. Yeah, nerds take that shit pretty seriously. Don't mess with nerds. Not because, you know, they'll be such a deadly force. But it's like, dude, come on, dude. They're not even bothering anyone. Just let them enjoy their shit.
Yeah, why do you have to ruin their shit?
They're not bothering anyone. They just want to collect their Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Like, imagine just going to, like, a convention for something to ruin it.
Yeah. Well, you say
unless
that.
it's like NAMBLA.
You say that. But...
There's like one or two things I can think of, but they're like terrible criminal organizations. But like, imagine going to someone's like, I'm just a fan of this. It's like, and just like, actually, we're gonna change all the rules on you now.
You mean like this right here on screen?
Yeah, once again marked, yeah, by increasing the popular BullyCon.
Everybody gets a wedgie.
Oh yeah, fat ass.
And burnt all the bridges that remained with his peers. But this proved beneficial in the long run. He started
DSP
writing about
convention.
skeptic YouTubers and Pepe the Frog.
See, that would be the place for the
defense
flash
against claims
mob.
that the meme was
Yes.
anti-Semitic.
Show up
No
to the
Hillary,
DSP
Pepe
convention
the Frog
as
is not a
DSP.
racist meme. The publication later issued an apology.
Is there any way we could do the DSP convention in Renton? And then when it's time for the flash mob, we just
Without
get in a
him?
bunch of buses and drive over. We can have plausible deniability because the
And
bus
not even
could
do
break
anything
down.
though. Just
yeah.
stand outside and cheer for him.
Do,
And you could have DSPs from different eras.
Yes.
So like one of them would be like saying racist shit, and then like the modern one's just like snorting into a megaphone.
Yes. And if we've got some different ethnic groups, you could do, say, the Chinese version of DSP and show us what that looks like or something.
Yes,
like that.
you could, yeah.
I would
sure.
want to be
Ding
Cholo-Phil.
Dong Dian, Chicky Chang Wang.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
I thought we were going to avoid
It would be
saying
like
that.
the Chris Chan versus Bob thing. It's like there's a version of it for every race.
Absolutely, man. Hell yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be great. Yeah, that would be great.
I just need to win multiple lotteries.
Please come forward and accept your prize. And he finally comes
They
forward. I'm
retracted his article
DSP.
and claimed to
No,
have
I'm
shown him the
DSP.
evidence.
No, I'm
Ian
DSP.
reiterated
Like I'm
this on
Spartacus?
Twitter
No,
when
he would
I'm
definitely
Spartacus,
just
yes.
call the cops
I
if
was right
people were
about Still
outside.
Gray. He didn't have a change of heart about Gamergate.
Or
He
maybe
just
do it
follows the
outside
money.
of
But this was a minor setback
liquor
in the
place.
grand
Yeah, with
scheme of
Total Wine.
things as he
Wine,
took
Total Wine,
advantage
yeah.
of the 2016 presidential election. The turning point was his coverage of Antifa and recent protests across college campuses. This was the golden age of being an anti-SJW on the internet, and he was popular enough to land himself an interview on national TV with Tucker Carlson.
So, how real is this?
100% real. You know, we've seen this with at the demonstrations against Milo Yiannopoulos at UC Berkeley, and we've seen it more recently in Evergreen. We've seen it at Seattle.
Tucker Carlson's
We've seen
wondering
it in a
why he has to
variety of
listen to this
places across the
nerd.
United States, you know, Baltimore, Mississippi, everywhere.
In June of 2017, Ian began
Dude, I was
writing
really
for the Daily
hoping
Caller, a
Tucker
right-wing
would
news
lay
site
into
founded
him.
by Tucker Carlson and Neil Patel. He contributed 320 articles over the next year. They covered subjects like BuzzFeed, identity politics, and feminism. That included male feminists, for which he declared the witch hunters have become the witches hunted. Male feminists, these
fantastic.
self-proclaimed paragons of sexual virtue,
We need
wear
people
a
dressed like
skin that
LTG. I
deceives
will, but
women
I
into
will wear
thinking that they're
blackface if I
safe.
get permission.
They say, I respect women. I'm one of the
You need a
paragons.
golden pass.
Yeah, I'm
for
gonna
that.
need like some sort of a petition. I need 100 signatures from different black people saying it's not only acceptable, it's hype.
Yeah, we support this. Yeah.
This is rad. This advances our cause.
Can trust me not to take
No,
advantage
just
of
tell
you.
him you're the Prime
In
Minister
doing
of
so,
Canada.
they
You'll
have
be fine.
been able
Yeah,
to
there you
worm
go.
themselves into
Get him to
feminist
sign it,
safe
too.
spaces. These men believe what they say, but it's only because they think all other men are sexually predatory. They act
Derek.
superior to other men because they believe that they're the only ones capable of keeping their nature in check. The irony wasn't lost on those that have followed his career. There was no consistency as Ian doubled down on being an ideologue. He stood against witch hunts until the accusations were convenient. He criticized art of people punching Nazis, while his banner showed Donald Trump, Jordan Peterson, and Milo Yiannopoulos beating up feminists with the help of Ugandan knuckles.
Oh,
There were
yeah.
endless examples of this, as he always seemed to
Ugandan
contradict
knuckles.
himself. Any
Ugandan
supposed
knuckles
principles
kicks
fell
ass.
to the wayside as he constantly shared misinformation. One example
Now, I do
relates
have
to the
permission from my
Charlottesville
black
car
friend that
attack.
Ugandan
On
knuckles
August
kicks ass, and
12th,
it's always cool to cheer
2017,
him.
a white supremacist,
Oh, yeah,
James
no doubt.
Alex Fields Jr. drove
I thought
his car
Ugandan
into
Knuckles
a
was
crowd
for
at the Unite the
everyone.
Right rally. The attack injured
I mean,
35
yeah.
people and killed 32-year-old Heather Hare. Within hours, Ian tweeted out, "What if I told you that 4chan's poll has mobilized to find out who the driver of the Charlottesville car is, and it isn't who you think it is?" The
I
answer
would
was
say
never
that's
given
fake and
as they
gay.
apparently changed their mind. Poll is now saying
that's
it
what
might be
anyone
some
on
guy
Poll
who
would say
might
to
be
him.
alt-right now. Ha, who knows with anything anymore? Just wait for the police. Bear in mind, Ian mocked journalists for getting tricked by 4chan in the past. The internet provocateur was often called out for rage baiting using articles he hadn't looked at. He once tweeted out a
Mentioning
headline
Poll
that read,
on your
"Arming
Twitter
teachers
is
would
such a
endanger
loser
students of
move,
color."
too.
He misrepresented this
No,
before claiming
I
it
don't
was
really know much about Poll.
I'm cool. I go on 4chan, you guys.
Is that okay? Walk me through that because I don't know much.
Poll is the political board of 4chan, which is like extremely racist.
Okay.
But it's 4chan, so it's shit posting.
Yeah.
Like Poll is like one of the most shit posted boards. I'll put it that way. But he's like, what if I'm saying Poll is gonna dox this person? It's like you're talking about something you read on Poll with no screenshots or links on Twitter. Like, what are you doing?
So it's like citing a bathroom stall.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it.
What if I told you for a good time you could actually call this person?
8675309. But yeah, like, and there are times that 4chan has taken part in world affairs, but like Ian Miles Cheong was not in the thread, and he's like lurking Poll to try and give like preemptive fucking news. Like, dude, you're a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, like, I don't know, like claiming like 4chan valor is so pathetic.
No, I get you on that. Okay.
And especially a dude like him who's
hysteria when
already a
corrected.
grifter. He's like already been proven a grifter. And now he's going to be like, well, my friends on Poll said something, like just allude to something. You have nothing. And I'm pretty sure they never found out. They never did find the driver's identity.
Damn.
Oh, B is the random board. So it used to have all kinds of like nasty shit on there.
Oh.
But nowadays it's mostly porn.
Sweet.
And every now and then you would just have like a funny, it's just like a funny thread, but it's like to then go and like post about it. This one time on 4chan?
Man.
When
Just like,
faced with
fuck
the author
you.
citations, he claimed they were decades old and cherry-picked.
Is this one of the
In
biggest
another
losers
breath, he
we've covered
tweeted
so
out,
far?
"Intellectual, empathetic."
I mean, we've
One.
talked about
It was part of a
Cyrex,
thread where
but
he
yeah,
claimed the
still.
transatlantic slave
I think-
trade didn't occur
I
until
think that being a loser requires exposure. And so in that way, like DSP and Cyrex are kind of at a limit of how much they can be a loser because not everyone
They're
knows
basically
about them.
nobodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah,
this
that's
dude is
true.
openly broadcasting to the world, I'm a loser. DSP's
until the 18th century.
DSP got out of
which
the
is
loser
simply
allegation.
false.
Well, no, he didn't.
Many
but
critics would
got
claim
out of the
if
biggest
something
loser.
didn't fit Ian's narrative, he'd baselessly question its authenticity. When a 22-year-old immigrant scaled a building to save a 4-year-old, he called it staged. How does a toddler have the body strength to hold like that anyway? There was no
It's a badass
end to this,
baby, that's why.
prioritizing outrage above all else.
He's jealous
On
that
March
the
14th,
toddler was that
2018,
strong.
beloved scientist Stephen Hawking passed away. Ian used this to
Jade,
rant about
no!
claims of misogyny. The feminist outrage crew just learned of Stephen Hawking's death, and their response is nothing short of predictable. The only problem is he included tweets made long before Hawking died. It was a cycle in which he'd exaggerate or flat out invent outrage to farm engagement. This was covered extensively in regards to the indie game Cuphead. Ian was the first to share journalist Dean Takahashi's notoriously bad gameplay.
That
He
is
used
fun.
its virality to fearmonger. His subsequent claims were covered in a video by creator Cheong, which received 800,000 views.
I don't know how it's possible to rely on the recommendations of game journalists when they don't even have basic reflexes needed to play. It explains why they're all enamored with walking simulators. So that's quite the extrapolation there. Dean Takahashi, the singular person being bad at Cuphead for a bit at a games expo, is now all games journalists being terrible at all games, all the time. All this despite Takahashi's preview of the game and the later actual review on the site both praising Cuphead's difficulty.
At a certain point, Ian's views were incomprehensible.
rare good
He
take
denied
from a
global
reviewer.
warming and argued climate change was a hoax by neo-marketers.
Did you guys have any positive moments of game reviewers? Like anything?
Fortunately, no.
Angry Joe.
Oh yeah, if you call it, if you put him in,
Oh,
lump him in
I kind of
with
want to use
everyone
the
else,
industry. I kind of want
And
to
if
use
you
them.
pull the timeline back, I used to have PlayStation Underground magazine, and that was pretty legit because the game came with demos. Like the magazine came with a demo disc, so if they're lying about the game, everyone knows right away.
That's what's up.
So it was like pretty good for the time.
Yeah, I remember magazines.
It
had
used to
decent
be
reviews.
good. Like Nintendo Power was good. Like official Xbox and like PlayStation Underground, like those were all like, because like at the like especially being a kid, it's like, all right, I'm saving up allowance money. I'm gonna buy one game in the next 2 months, and no one else has any of these. So which one do I get? And it's like, all right, this guy who writes pretty decent reviews says skip this one and get the other one. Like I'll listen.
Yes.
And it came with a demo of both. So it's
the
like,
OG
yeah.
Let's Play or OG X Play from G4 TV was good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
The
consider that the
original
industry-
G4 was solid. I always wanted to be on that show Arena, where like you play 3 random games against another team, and I was like, dude, I bet I could do this as long as it's no sports.
You want to do it sometime?
Unless it was Blitz, then I could do it.
We should do that. We should bring it back.
Yeah, we should actually.
What are the games
I
we
can't
can pick?
think of a reason not to. So you got to make like a pool of games, and then you either like roll dice or something for what you're gonna play.
Oh, okay.
So the point of it is that like you have like your team. I think it was like 4-on-4, and you have your teams together, and then it's like for one match you'll play like a 2-on-2 game, and maybe that would be like a sports game, and
Okay.
I think you would play like one inning. It was always like short, but and then like another game gets rolled, and it's like, okay, it's fucking Street Fighter. So like you got to see like who's the best on our team at fighting.
We gotta have
games
Phil
for the 1-on-1, and then there would be like another one that would be like a shooting or action game. So like I was like, dude, if it's SOCOM or Counter Strike, you're done. Like I'll beat someone random who's not good at all these games easily. And then the last one would be like a 4v4 of like whatever, like Halo or something like that. Like something 4 people per team can play. Usually like some kind of shooting game, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds badass.
It's a
We should do
popular
it.
multiplayer. It was so cool. And like we should start doing that, where it's like, yeah, we'll play each other in a random game that neither of us is probably good at.
Damn, that'd be cool. We should do it on here.
Yeah, we got to set it up though. We got to get like a group of people.
Yeah.
You would kick my. I've never played Papers, Please, but I do know what it is, and yeah, you probably would.
Did you see me streaming that the other day? Well, hi.
I did. It's a game about paying attention, so
But I
like,
couldn't do it.
I don't know if I would be too good at it.
Man, they were finding the shit out of me.
The specifics didn't matter as he argued with figures like Chelsea Manning. The few non-political friendships he had left dissipated, as seen in this exchange with artist Shen Comics. They had interacted in the past, but the baggage became too much for Shen to ignore. Ian, no offense, but whenever you retweet me, I get the worst kind of red pill type fuckboys in my mentions.
Oh God.
If you want to support me, that's cool, but I hope that means you're willing to listen to me and reevaluate some things about your worldview as you've done once before.
I don't have a
During
worldview.
this era, Mr. Cheong was labeled a Nazi, alt-right, and eventually got PewDiePie in trouble for following him. His defense of the YouTuber is probably the greatest contribution he has ever made online. After the creator got in trouble for saying the N-word, Ian defended him by calling it a heated gamer moment. The phrase has
Wow,
become a
can't
timeless
argue
meme
with
that most
that.
people don't even know trace back to him. Ian became a laughingstock among left-wing accounts. They highlighted these criticisms but found humor beyond his rhetoric. For example, bizarre tweets that show he dealt with a constant ant infestation. My bed is full of dead and half-dead ants.
Yeah,
You
with
know, I
DSP.
actually laid down in bed earlier with the ants. The lights were off. My feet are covered in bites right now. You have never seen horror until you... You have never seen horror until you see ants streaming
That
out
does
of your
sound
keyboard.
horrifying.
My bacon sprinkles were filled with ants once, and I had no idea until I milled a bunch of it into a...
Just eat it anyway, dude.
Oh goodness.
Ants aren't that bad.
They're delicious
My
and
bacon
nutritious.
sprinkles
Like, they're
were
not,
filled with
like-
ants once, and I had
Like
no
roaches,
idea
like,
until I
spread
milled
disease
a
and
bunch
shit.
of it
Ants are
into the
just,
soup
like,
I
they're
was
just
having.
chilling.
They gave him
They're
the
just
nickname
there.
Ant-Man, which made him so upset he'd seemingly quote tweet anyone that brought it up. Ian later tried to deflect by claiming it was racist against Asians. For a once self-described turbo-feminist,
Doesn't even
Ian
make
had rather
sense.
questionable takes.
Well, I'm gonna start
He
using
stood
that
against
stereotype
the
now. Did you
feminist
guys know?
cult and claimed
Did you guys notice that Asians always have ants coming out of their keyboards? It's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
women
LDSB.
welded sex like a scepter.
I didn't know
In
that.
response to an article accusing a male feminist of SA, Ian replied,
Wait, a
feminists will
scepter?
accuse you of rape.
A
Male
Saturn
feminists
stick?
will rape you.
Yes.
Both deserve each other. He was also proudly against unions because of feminism. This naturally led many to start calling him an incel. Ian denied this, though his own employer
I mean,
disagreed.
look at him.
You see, Ian also wrote for Milo Yiannopoulos' site Dangerous. His articles were published under the section Incel Corner. The result was an onslaught of memes comparing him to other famous incels. He defended himself by publicly announcing he had a girlfriend. So hey, I have a
Did
girlfriend.
she just goes to a different school,
Sure
all
showed
right?
you fuckers who keep bringing up Incel Corner. Fuck you, Milo, for naming the geek section that. This did little to quell the
That's
mockery. As
definitely
Ian and his
something
girlfriend
someone
were in a
who actually
long-distance
has a
open
girlfriend would
relationship.
say.
He even continued
just,
to
lives
defend
in another
Milo
country
after
that I've never
resurfaced
visited.
clips showed him
Yeah.
advocating for relationships
Look, she's
between
from
men and
America.
underage
I've never
boys.
met her, but she
Ian
exists.
replied, "You have no idea what it's like to be gay or what it's like to grow up as a gay teenager
Are you
in his
sure you don't?
shoes. So maybe don't talk about it and act as if you're some kind of authority on
Bam Margera
homosexuality."
knows.
His disregard for truth would ultimately be his
Yeah, with
downfall
his
at the Daily
dad.
Caller. In 2018, a lone gunman shot up a Madden tournament in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Ian claimed the shooter was a member
must
of
have
the
lost Arena.
anti-Trump resistance, citing a
No, it was
Reddit
just
account
some dude who
named
did the
Raven
ultimate rog
Champs.
out.
This was flatly debunked when the user left a comment confirming they were free and alive. Ian refused to accept this, inventing a conspiracy theory. So this account just became mysteriously active again after almost 2 weeks of inactivity, following 4 years of constant activity.
I don't know
debunk
about all
claims
that.
it
Sounds
belonged
suspicious.
to the shooter. There's no way to prove that it does or doesn't belong to the shooter. But Resistance Twitter is running wild in celebration that a mass shooter wasn't one of them. He then claimed that it didn't matter, downplayed the actions, and gave an insincere apology. The infraction
Dude,
was
this guy
severe
is the
enough
worst.
that Ian was ultimately
Dude's a
fired.
butthole.
The editor-in-chief just told
that's why I
me
picked
Ian
this
Miles
one.
Chong
That's
is
great.
now not
Yeah, good
affiliated
choice.
with Daily
Can I jump
Caller
in the
at
stream and
all,
make
and
Len
that
feel
he's
inferior
just
with my
a random.
Bellotro skills?
He removed the
I don't
site
even know
from
how to
his Twitter
play. You're gonna
bio
kick my
shortly
ass.
thereafter. You may think
I'll tell
Ian's
you right now,
mainstream
I'm better
relevance
than
ended
Philip
there, but
Bellotro.
far from it. His peak
Can I
actually
send?
came
Can I
several
send you
years
in
later,
to duel for
but
me?
it would have to wait
Yeah.
as Ian
Like in,
found
He
himself
like
embroiled
second.
He
in
thought he
backlash
beat
from
the
an
game
entirely
because he
different
beat the
sphere.
first stakes. Which, like, there's, I think, 8 of them,
Yes.
and it gets harder each one. He beat it on easy. He beat, like, the intro to, like,
cool.
an easy deck. And then, like, the challenges are even harder.
So
I, like, almost have 2 decks that I've... Actually, now I'm on my 3rd that I'm on, like, the last level of. And then, I've beaten, like, almost all the challenges I need to unlock page 2 of the challenges.
Jeez, this sounds convoluted.
It's tough. I got it on my phone so I could play it on the plane when I went home. And it's like, that was a good decision.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go and do like Game of Thrones. This is my dude. He's gonna fight for me.
Yeah, dude. I'll be your champion.
Hell yeah, my
Along with
WWE
gamer
champion.
beats, many of the
And I'll come out in a
anti-SJW channels
loincloth.
continue to upload videos.
Well,
they became known
you don't
as
have
the
to.
skeptics as they brought into other subjects.
can't.
Well, it's to
It was only a
intimidate the
matter of
enemy.
time
Oh,
before
I
these
understand.
arguments turned
Once
into
they
live
see,
debates.
once they
usually
see
on
the
crude
spear
Google
gut coming
Meets
at
with
them, they'll
faceless
cower in
avatars.
fear.
In late 2017,
Make sure you bring your
many
Saturn
of these
stick with you.
creators took interest
Oh yeah,
in live
wielding
streaming.
the Saturn stick
They
for
argued
sure.
over a variety of controversial topics in what
Do I
became
need it?
known as
Ah,
internet
man.
blood sports. As you can probably guess,
want a 3D
the
print
appeal
one.
came more in the drama than the actual issues at hand. Many of those involved already disliked Ian, such as Mr. Medicare, also known as Jim.
I want to hear this. The last time I was on stream with Ian was when he went on with
Ian.
Destiny
Ian.
and
Disrespectful.
basically tried to talk to Destiny, and then Destiny's like, "You're a fucking moron. You wrote an article and you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You can't even remember the shit you wrote in your own article." and everything he brought up was wrong.
Ian? Is it Ian or Ian?
Yeah, it's Ian. Yeah.
Ian, yeah. I mean, he did kind of blow you the fuck out there on your article.
I know.
Like you have,
Zero
you
respect,
have to admit
man.
that. I mean, that was
I do admit that. Yeah.
But others were willing to give him a second chance. It was in this community he befriended Andy Worski, host of
Hell
Worski
yeah.
Live. In late 2018, they created a channel
Love
together
Worski.
called Hypebreak. It was meant to cover game news and reviews. They managed to reach 20,000 subscribers within 4 months. In spite of this, the project was short-lived as Ian outed himself as a liability. The first red flag came in March of 2018 with a video titled
Isn't
Ian
that
Miles
weird to be the
Cheong
liability
sent me
between you
someone's
and
dogs.
Worski?
It was posted by a leftist
Yeah,
YouTuber
yeah.
named David Sherritt. David alleged that Ian
Yeah,
tried
you're
to give
making
him info
Worski
on a
look
right-winger
bad.
he didn't like, claiming to have obtained the subject's full name, places of employment, and resume through a private investigator.
Ian said he gathered this information with the help of private investigators and then said, quote, "The only way to get to him is through his family." Now, remember the shady stuff he accused me of that I alluded to? Well, one of those
Who's
things
this he,
included
though?
being part of a
This is David
doxing
Shitrat.
crew. I don't know what he expected
Great
me to
name.
do with this information. But there's clearly a reason he approached me with this as opposed to someone he was on good terms with.
Ian responded by claiming he was simply trying to see what the internet personality would do with it, and David betrayed his trust. He then
obviously.
made it out like a 4D chess move. Getting David and his leftist followers to stand for neo-Nazis is the greatest trick the devil ever pulled. What have I done? The excuse, while laughable in hindsight, was plausible just enough that some took him at his word. But tensions
Who
continued
continues
to
to
rise
believe
within
this
the
guy?
sector. On October 20th, Ian was
Unfortunately, a lot of
confronted on the
people.
kill stream by Wild Goose, the person he tried to dox.
So I was like, BWC trolled every game journalist, every single one. That was my understanding. That's what they did, because every single game journalist got doxxed during Gamergate, right? Directly associate him with these acts. BWC is not a large group, and Goose is very active in it.
Ian claims he targeted Goose because he was part of the group that trolled journalists during Gamergate. The information was obtained with the help of a user named Mombot on
You think
Twitter.
that's gonna happen
They
with
can be
DSP?
seen
Probably
discussing
not.
Goose's family, who were unaware of his activities.
I was misled, clearly misled, and the idea was that you were this guy, right? And that the only the only threat to you was not to go like expose your dad. So the idea here was that we tell your dad about what you're doing. We tell your dad about what you're doing because he's a certain somebody, right?
You know,
I'm
like,
gonna
how old I
tell
am?
your
No
dad
idea.
on
I have no
you.
idea.
I'm about 30.
Okay.
So, like,
Seriously?
I don't live with my parents. I don't care what my parents think.
Goose claims Ian swatted his father's home, and during the raid, the police threw a flashbang which heavily injured the family's dog. Ian laughs about this, which he later claimed was sarcastic.
Not only did I have
Sarcastic
to resign
laughter?
from my job, but several sheriff's deputies showed up to my father's house and threw a flashbang in the pool with my dad's dog in it. So you blew up a yellow Labrador Retriever.
Oh, yellow labs are so
because of
sweet.
mistaken identity. So, and I know that's food in your country and all, but
Yeah. I know. Totally didn't deserve to get flashbanged and all that. Totally apologize for that.
she's blind now. She's blind.
Oh, send him my regards. Yeah, but yeah, no, seriously.
Better than
no,
sending
that was a
flashbangs,
fuck
I
up.
guess.
That was a fuck up.
Now you're laughing. You think that's funny?
No, absolutely not.
Ian was piled on by everyone on
Hey,
the
Ian's a
stream, which led
punk.
him to disavow internet blood sports. And he tried to distance himself and quietly made plans to sell Hypebreak. He was about to sign a contract that gave Ian sole ownership of the channel. That all changed though on July 24th, 2019, when Andy found out Ian was leaking his personal information to detractors. He discovered this live on air, but wasn't fast enough as Ian was able to lock him out of the account.
Ian Miles Cheong stole the channel Hypebreak that was half his and half mine, right down the middle. And why did he steal the channel? Well, because a few days ago, I discovered on a live stream that he was talking to and giving information to people who were actively trying to ruin my life. He has changed all the passwords,
Ooh, I think
all the
Worski should talk to
two-step
DSP about
authorizations
this.
I had. And the funny thing is, when I was working with him, he told me that we
Oh,
would
no.
need to use both
Your
our
Monarch's about to
authorization
get banned.
passwords to change the password, meaning that he lied to me and was able to change the password with just his authorization password.
Ian called Andy a delusional cokehead and pointed out his legal mistakes. Earlier today, he threatened to sue me. He deleted the tweet upon realizing what a cretin he was for never having signed any agreement. It was in response to Andy teasing a video which came out on January 26th. He explains their history at length, with insight to Ian's departure from GameRanks.
But, you know, GameRanks, he started with them and got fired for obvious reasons. But here's something GameRanks might not know. GameRanks, you do know he's still a manager on your channel.
Oh, it's
and
just
has
some
shown
dude.
us
Okay.
your analytics, has shown everyone your analytics, and laughs about it. Let me guess. You're making around $65,000 a month.
ban?
Andy was awoken by police
Please
6
don't do
hours
that.
later. I just got interrogated by two
Yeah, I really
detectives who came
hope
into my
that
house
wasn't
saying
real.
they got a call that I was gonna shoot people. Funny how all
Oh
the
my god.
Hold
Oh,
on.
no,
all
you
the
gave him
info
a
they had on the
timeout.
caller matched
Please don't
what
do that
Ian had
either.
on.
He was just-
Andy uploaded a second
just
video,
kicking him.
this time alleging that Ian tried to silence him.
Hey, Ian Miles Cheong. You say lay off the coke? Well, I'm not on coke because I just had 2 police officers, 2 detectives interrogate me and search my house. I allowed them to search my house, so they didn't find anything.
Ian denied
just
this and
rambling on
claims
without
that they
Triple
were
D
best
coming. Yeah.
friends. We were
Without
business
hearing,
partners.
"We just got some
We were best
subs!"
friends. We had plans. He let everything fall through and let me carry the channel all by myself. I carried the slack. After this, several of Andy's thumbnails were changed to inappropriate images. It was further retaliation
did
as
say
a
that.
quiet attempt to get him banned. Thank you
Inappropriate
for all the
images.
warnings. My agent stayed up while I was still sleeping fighting gay porn thumbnails. Ian was still a manager on the
No,
channel.
that's cool, guys.
My agent saw the changes come from Malaysia. The entire community began discussing the controversy. But strangely, videos about the subject got flagged down. This got the attention of Keemstar, who invited them onto Drama Alert. Ian declined. Then on
Keemstar is also
February
kind of
1st,
that
Keem posted
Forrest Gump
leaked
character
audio
type.
where Ian admits
He's always
to
part of
swatting.
these damn stories.
Out saying that he's going to make a video on me. That really actually set me off. I did not need to see that. I'm more than happy to just let him leave me alone. But
Let him
he
leave
forced
me
my
alone.
hand, so I called the police. I actually
Wait,
I
hold
actually
on a
called
second.
the police on him.
What is the request? Let me leave him alone. Means that. Hold on.
Make
Hold on.
me
No,
leave him
no,
alone.
I was more than happy to let him leave me alone. So what he's saying is I was more than happy to let him, Andy Worski, leave me, Ian Miles Chong, alone. Like, that's like me saying, Len, I give you permission to stop bullying me, and you're just going,
Yeah.
no. Like,
But Worski kept making videos, so I had to send the police after him.
I gave him permission to leave me alone, and he didn't take it.
Yeah.
Damn. DSP should use that line. It's a pretty funny
I know what
line.
he
It
does.
disarmed
He has
me.
illegal firearms. I know that he is deeply entrenched in the alt-right. I know that he has a lot of cocaine in his house. Yeah, he's fucked.
The police show up just to
even
find
talked
some
to them on the
good-ass
phone.
cocaine.
So,
Imagine saying
who
the
knows? Maybe they'll
alt-right
pay him a visit very
seriously.
soon.
This was followed by a second clip which implies it was an attempted murder.
Hopefully soon the
He's a member of a secret
Mississauga
club
police
called
will be paying
Anonymous.
him a nice little visit. I told them that he was armed and dangerous, because he is. He's got guns, and that he's prone to bouts of schizophrenia. And,
Well, that last one might be
bouts
right.
of violence. So he might.
I don't think he is, though.
Ian's
He's not
response was
schizophrenic and he's
lackluster,
not
to say
really
the least.
He was
schizophrenic.
gonna be
But
in a
given the
fight,
evidence,
like,
there wasn't really
at
much
an
to say.
arena.
He deleted 622 tweets before yet again calling Andy a
Like he was
cokehead
gonna
who was
partake in a
making
sport.
stuff up for drama. He then tried to bait sympathy by claiming to receive death threats. He couldn't keep his story straight, as he often slip up and admit to certain details. The entire scandal was covered in a video by Mr.
I'm surprised I haven't
Medford
heard of this guy
titled
before.
Ethical
This guy's a
Ian.
That
humongous
was audio from
failure
Ian
at
Miles
everything.
Cheong. formerly
I
self-described
only really
turbo
know of him
feminist
from
and
Lemon
video
Party
game
making
journalist,
fun of
talking
him.
about having the police called
Should
on
I
a man
watch
who
Lemon
made
Party?
a mean YouTube video
Yeah.
on him. If that sounds
Yeah.
as fucking insane
Wow,
to you
you
as it
should
does
listen
with
to the
anyone with a
podcast,
functional
but
fucking brain,
also
then
watch
prepare
Lemon
to be
Party.
amazed.
Ian went quiet for a few days before returning with his own
DSP
coverage.
gave them a shout
Internet
out.
Blood Sports, the pay-to-play troll army terrorizing the internet. Ian admits to reporting Andy for illegal activities, but claims to regret it.
Terrorizing
caused
the
him to
internet.
sink into depression. I suffer
Drunken
from
man
near
careens
suicidal
across the
thoughts.
internet.
Not enough to harm myself, but
This dude's
enough
got
to
no
ideate
spine
on the
whatsoever.
prospect of simply disappearing. It
Wait,
may
near
come from a
suicide.
place of selfishness.
What is that? Is that like
as
half
I am
lactose
forced to
intolerant?
ruminate
You-
upon
yeah,
all I have
you
lost.
cut off one of your
This
arms,
was received poorly.
so you lose a lot
Even
of blood,
Kotaku
but you
in
don't die.
Action, who stood by him
Well, no, he
until
literally
this point.
said not
The
enough
entire
to even hurt
subreddit
myself.
went on
So
to
it's just
revolt
like
over the mod's
that's
promotion
just
of
called
Ian,
being sad.
calling him a psychopath.
Yeah.
Ian Miles Chong
That was
tried
my
to
depression.
Get Andy Worski killed.
Yeah,
If you listen
yeah.
to the second audio leak, this was literally his stated goal. This subreddit has promoted Ian Miles Chong so heavily that this situation makes every person involved with KIA look extremely stupid. The mods, the Redditors, everyone. Ian laid low for
Redditors
a period
looking
of time
stupid.
before returning to Twitter in
Never.
full force. In May of 2019, he joined Human Events, a conservative news and analysis website. He wrote an article about the real history of Gamergate, which ends with the insightful comment, "I helped to weave the narrative. Now I'm here to set things straight." That was while writing reviews that spoke of nothing other than identity politics. Ian also started fighting with right-wingers again, most notably Nick Fuentes and
Fuenberg.
Scott Greer. He called Nick an incel before bragging about his own weight loss. This happened over and over again. He flagged anyone that brought up the Worski affair. It's clear that after everything, Ian was unshaken in his
False
resolve.
flag
With
it.
that said, Hypebreak didn't end as many
What does
expected.
YouTube plan to do
He
about that
continued
mode?
using the brand, hiring a Twitter user named
nothing
Smug
so
Ruko
far.
to write for him.
Yeah, I
Smug
guess it's
got in
just
hot
never gonna be
water after
addressed.
trying to cancel
We'll
the
see,
lead
though.
dev of Night in the Woods. Her screenshots were of a random
I mean,
person on
if they
Discord
have any
named
sort of
Woods.
policy against it,
was
they
dead
might
on
have to take
arrival as
drastic
Smug
action
later
against
vented
Superhound.
about Ian being a
Mhm.
negligent
They might have
boss.
to straight up
I'm
take
just
him out.
stressed having to manage this entire
They
operation
should just take
almost
away
by
the
myself.
report
My
function.
boss hasn't made a single video since July,
Even trucking,
and as a
that'll be
result,
literally
my pay
right
is
back, like
almost
30
non-existent. It
I
has
do think
been
they should
months
take it
since
away
my
from
last
people who
piece
keep,
was made
you know,
public
abusing
in a
it.
video. The
Like,
reason
maybe
he
keep
wasn't
it around
uploading
just in
videos
case. Like,
is
if you do
because
see
he was
something
trying to
truly
sell
horrible.
merch.
Oh,
He sold
yeah,
t-shirts
yeah, but
referencing the Second
but yeah,
Amendment.
like people like
Despite not
LTG
being
should be
American.
banned from
Every
using it.
Copyright.
Democrat and
Yeah.
neocon wants
Like,
to disarm
fuck,
you
like,
with mandatory
yeah.
gun buybacks.
Yeah,
and
yeah, if
make
someone's
your right
actually,
to defend
like,
yourself against state
about to
brutality
do
of
something
crime.
crazy.
To hell with that. I got annoyed. So I designed a shirt supporting the Second Amendment. At
Like
this
if somebody's
point, Mr.
being,
Chong fully pivoted into
the
U.S.
supreme
politics.
gentleman.
He constantly spoke on American issues, scoring viral tweet
What was
after
that dude's
viral
name?
tweet.
Yeah,
He blended
yeah.
in
If somebody's
perfectly,
about to become
and
the
it
next
wasn't
Elliot
long until
Roger,
his
then
post
like
reached
you
important
can
eyes.
report that.
On December 21st,
Well, I better report LTG
2019,
then.
Ian was retweeted by South Carolina Governor and U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley. He hid every reply that pointed out he was a Malaysian national interfering with U.S. politics. It was a great feat, but paled in comparison to his biggest score yet.
Oh yeah. Damn it.
Whether sincere or not, Ian was
scoops,
a
man.
vocal supporter of
Two
President
scoops.
Donald Trump, standing by him on nearly every issue. That included his stance against violent video games, believing it was linked to mass shootings. Ian justified
stupid.
this by blaming other journalists.
Just
I
has to
honestly
ruin
can't blame
games
Donald
even when
Trump
he's into
for taking
politics.
a critical view of video game violence, especially
I like
when much of the
one time on a
mainstream media
Matt
and the
McMuscle's
gaming
video.
press
He
itself
said
has
politicians
been
and
perpetuating
other
the exact
stupid
same
people
message
thought
for
that video
years.
games caused
This
violence.
continued further
Yeah.
in tweets naming Polygon and Anita Sarkeesian. It was transparently ridiculous, getting backlash from his own audience. I think Trump's statement is hot garbage. I think video games don't cause shootings, and it's a false red herring and a stupid thing to spend time fear-mongering
Thankfully,
about.
we got
Where
Baron
were
to
you when
straighten
Sarkeesian
him
was
out on
making her
that
claims
issue.
about Doom and Fallout 4? Playing Doom and Fallout 4?
What does Baron play?
As you can guess, Ian didn't back down, only becoming more outspoken in defense of Trump.
I can't
This
remember
ramped up
right
into
now,
the
but
2020 election,
he plays
which
some
is
shit.
when it finally paid off.
Genshin
Pelosi
Impact.
tantrum is trending. You hate
He
to
might
see
be
it.
the
This
first
wasn't a
person
one-time occurrence either.
to call
It
someone
happened
a
several
slur
times with Trump
from
even
in the
quote-tweeting
White
Ian
House
directly.
on Xbox
The internet
Live.
Oh, I was gonna
provocateur's
say that's
coverage
not
of
true.
groups
I
like
think it was
No,
Andrew
people
Jackson.
definitely use slurs sure it was in the White House
he
before,
became
but
a
like
staple of
on
MAGA
Xbox
Twitter, and
Live.
his account skyrocketed. Ian started
Damn it.
that year with
all that
100,000
stopping Andrew
followers
Jackson
and
from being the
ended it
first
with
is Xbox
300,000.
Live.
He started tweeting things like, Donald Trump is my
I'm pretty
president,
sure Andrew
and
Jackson was
America
using all
has a
kinds of
communist
words.
problem.
He was
2 out of
making up
3
his
young
own.
Americans want to
I
destroy
bet he
America.
was.
The nation is lost.
What are you
The
doing,
latter
Mr.
was
President? Oh,
central
just
to
thinking
his
up slurs.
fear-mongering as he advocated for fascism. It's okay to be fascist when the alternative is complete lawlessness and violence. Even with MAGA support, he'd catch
fascist.
flack for optical oversights, like mocking a 75-year-old man that was shoved to the ground by police. Don't trip over your feet. I deleted the original post with the video because my remarks were unnecessary and callous. Thanks for bringing me back down to earth, guys. With more eyes than ever
Speaking of
before,
Earth.
you'd think that now he'd learn from his
Knock your ass
mistakes.
into it.
But that simply wasn't the case. On May 30th, 2020,
I can
Ian
see
shared a
that,
video of protesters beating up
Yeah,
a man
yeah.
that held a machete.
Almost like
A mob of rioters
Battlefield
just
Earth.
murdered a man in
Uh-oh.
cold blood in Dallas. He was defending his store. To be clear, none of what Ian claimed was true. Evidence from police, witnesses, and video footage showed the armed man charged at the protesters, not the other way around. He was not dead and in stable condition in the hospital. Ian backtracked on this, later claiming he was now a vegetable. But that didn't stop Trump from then sharing Ian's narrative to the entire nation.
Innocent
damn it.
people have been savagely beaten, like the young man in Dallas, Texas, who was left dying on the street.
On September 15th, Ian falsely accused a man of murder. He claimed a 33-year-old
Holy
named
shit, this
Darnell
dude.
Hicks was the #1 suspect in a shooting of 2 cops. His only source was a couple of random Facebook posts and the description of a dark-skinned male. Now, Ian's tweet was contradicted within an hour by the LA County Sheriff's Department.
Yep, it's definitely
There's a
this
social
guy,
media
you
post
guys.
that's being circulated,
meanwhile,
which
DSP's
identifies
just
the
like, I
male
told
out
you
of the
they all
Los
look the
Angeles
same.
area as a suspect.
He did say he was a racist earlier, so he's just operating as he's, programmed, I suppose.
Responsible for the ambush. This is erroneous information, and there are no named or wanted suspects at this time.
This man is
Even
a
after
stupid
being debunked,
dumbass. Please
Ian
ignore
didn't
him.
Stop. LA County Sheriff's Office may be disputing the contents of this tweet. However, more details of Hicks have gone viral on Facebook. I'll post further confirmation or details as I get them. Officially, no suspects have been named at this time. The accusation went viral, with Darnell's personal information leaked across the web.
Oh my
Mr.
goodness.
Hicks received death threats and real-life harassment as a result. He spoke about this in an interview which showed Ian's tweets on screen.
After being wrongfully accused on social media of ambushing 2 LA County Sheriff's deputies
Fear Monarch.
Saturday.
Honestly,
Attorney Brian Dunn
stopping
with the Cochrane firm.
huge catastrophes, like stopping 9/11, as much of a tragedy as it is probably maybe 50th on my list of things to do with the time machine.
When
I got other
falsely
stuff
accused
too.
of a crime, especially a crime as heinous as this.
Oh, there you
started
go.
getting death
I'm gonna
threats.
hear
I
about
have
those.
2 daughters.
Blended
Now
Rage
you
confirms
feel
he
safe
wouldn't
taking
stop
them
9/11.
on.
I didn't say I wouldn't
He
stop
simply
it. I
has
just said I
been
wouldn't stop
thrown
it
into
first.
This pit
Right.
for nothing other than the color of his skin.
Though Ian outlasted their relevance, he was still reminded of his past every so often. In one tweet, he called someone an imbecile for bringing their dog to a riot. It's not taking well to the flashbacks.
Oh, no.
When shown the irony, he denied the swatting ever happened while admitting the claim was bipartisan. Both Antifa and some neo-Nazi trolls love to claim I called in a SWAT team to flashbang a dog. Never happened. Nothing angers me more than animal abuse.
Yeah, I know. Totally didn't deserve to get flash banged and all that. Totally apologize for that.
That December, Ian fell victim to a prank call from not even a show who questioned him on his past.
Hello?
Hi, Ian. It's Richard with Gamer Shame. How are you?
With what? Gamer what?
Shame. We're just doing a poll on the worst controversies in gaming and so on. We're curious what you're most proud of. Is it the pro Hitler post?
Oh, you're trolling me. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ian continued to support Trump until January 6th, the day that the infamous United States
time to
Capitol
grift the
riot
other
happened.
way.
For many, it was a point of no return, as supporters either doubled down or turned
I bet he
away
supports
from the
Trump
movement.
now.
That included
Yeah.
Ian, who called the rioters
He does.
white
He's a
nationalists that made
Musk supporter.
conservatives look bad. If people
Oh, yeah.
insist on
Yeah, of
owning what
course.
happened in the Capitol, despite the
And
fact
not only
that
does
white nationalist
he grift to
extremists were
support
the ones
Trump, he
responsible,
grifts to
then
support
don't be
Musk,
shocked
which is
Pikachu
like
face when you get
the
lumped
thing
in
Trump
with the
fans are
criminals.
most
I
like,
only ever try to
questioning
help
of.
people unfuck
They're most what?
themselves. The day before Biden's
Questioning of.
inauguration, Ian
Yeah.
disavowed Trump completely. For 4 years, Trump managed to drive every conservative through the mud as they supported him and made excuses for all the times he told lies and said dumb, often inexcusable shit. He's paid everyone back by pardoning a couple of rappers and a bunch of corrupt Democrats. Lying about the size of the tiny crowd at his inauguration should have been the first indicator. His conviction is rather dubious for obvious reasons. He called anyone who supported a 2024 campaign delusional or grifting, which, given his current activities, seems to have changed.
Chronically
Many of his
wrong.
followers were loyal to Trump, resulting in a loss of over 70,000 followers within a month.
Damn, man. This dude is committed to losing.
All the people that were
tweeting
like
about US politics,
listening to him
rebranding
though are like
Hypebreak
crazy.
into a channel called Ketchup.
Like
He
this
appeared
dude
on
was a
camera to comment on
radical
viral videos
feminist
and news.
and
In one clip, he praised
anti-Gamergate
Elon
person
Musk for
3
his
weeks
recent
ago,
acquisition
and
of
now
Twitter.
you're gonna be
Elon
like, but
Musk,
now he
let's
said
talk
Trump
about
is
it for a
good, you
moment. He's been
guys.
successful in his bid to take over Twitter. You know, the world's richest man struck a deal with the company's board of directors a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
to
you wouldn't
acquire
think
the
anybody would
platform in
fall
its
for this
entirety
shit
for a
maybe
cool
twice.
$44 billion. It's not
Right?
chump change. The question is, what does he do now? Elon Musk first expressed his intent to bring about change to the social media platform after asking his massive audience of 85 million people what they felt about Twitter's adherence to free speech principles.
This was important for several reasons. PayPal had just banned Ian's account, removing a source of income.
Oh,
Trump's
damn.
Twitter was banned, which may have influenced his pivot. And Elon was in the process of adding revenue sharing for creators. Ian had praised the richest man in the world for years, but after this turned himself into a reply guy. It was once again successful, quickly getting the billionaire's attention. Before long, Ian followed him, offering
There
praise
we go.
directly
Hell
and
yeah.
replying every few days. It's
I mean,
time
this
to
is what
stop
Musk
appeasing
wants. He
the
wants
activists
somebody who
because
just
they
tells
will
him he's
stop
cool
at
all
nothing
day.
to hurt Twitter regardless of what you do. You're right.
Tell me I'm
They
pretty.
stood together on everything from the ADL to Nick Fuentes. Elon refused to play Grand Theft Auto 5 because it made you shoot police. Ian agreed.
Loser.
I'm glad shooting cops in Cyberpunk is completely optional. Never finished GTA 5 either. Mirroring the billionaire's views on literally everything paid off, especially once creator earnings were implemented. In 2023, Ian revealed he was making
Man.
over $10,000 a month from his tweets. That was also while being one of the top 5 most often corrected by the site's community notes. His account now sits at over 900,000 followers.
A
This
lifetime
newfound
achievement
fortune
award
caught
in
ire
being
from
wrong.
those who have been following the dubious journalist for years. On May 4th, 2023, the Quartering uploaded a video calling him out.
Quartering.
There's one
Imagine
individual
Quartering
that
calling you out
continues
successfully.
to, ingratiate themselves with
I
powerful
feel like it'd be
people.
cool. There was
And
this old skit a long time ago. And it was something like Xbox Live achievements in real life, and they were really dorky. They weren't really too funny, but the concept is a good concept. And I feel like this dude would have so many interesting achievements pop up on screen. You know, be wrong 1 million times, you know, or something like that. Or make Quartering look intelligent. Difficult to get achievements, you know. 2% of the human population may have that achievement.
I mean, the Quartering, he does like surface level shit that like sometimes he's right on, but it's like
He's right by accident mostly. I find.
it's not like I don't think he's like
Yeah, letting the
he wouldn't
quarter
be considered a
right is
great
the,
mind of our time.
No.
It's the even a stopped clock achievement gets unlocked.
Something like that,
Yeah.
yeah. Or he just picks like the easiest, like kind of like DSP. Like he just picks the easiest thing to be right about. Stop Sopa and Pippa. Wow, what a rebel. A dude who knows
particular case,
nothing
Elon
about the
Musk.
internet.
Jeremy had dealt with Ian in the past.
I'm gonna listen to this guy.
firing
He
him
yelled
from
at
the
Metal
site's
Gear Solid.
exclusively games. He
Yeah.
reveals that Ian used this position to pay a woman named Ren. Ren was the very e-girl Ian claimed
no.
was his girlfriend back in 2019.
While he worked for me as an editor, he lied to my face and said
There's
that
another
he needed
achievement.
help editing all of these articles that we were bringing in. So he hired someone called Ren.
Messed with an
allegedly.
e-girl,
Well,
even
it turns
once.
out, from what I've gathered,
Even once.
this Ren individual was an e-girl and trying to buy an iPhone or something like that. He was sending money to an e-girl who had
Awesome.
no idea that she even worked for this website. Okay, when I confronted him over it, he had a mental breakdown, a bawling breakdown on Skype for stealing not my money, but your money. The people had backed the project.
Jeremy also discussed Ian's backstory from Internet Blood Sports all the way back to Gamergate.
Eventually, when he realized there was more money on pro gamer side, he made his metamorphoses to this sort of right-wing anti.
With that idea, I'm sorry, I'm going back to the achievement thing. What's your guys' rare achievements that you got in life? And not necessarily like, you know...
Never got arrested.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Somehow.
That's pretty good. What
Man,
you got?
You took mine. This one is really weird. Played Kasparov in chess.
Really?
Cool.
Yep. I was
That's
13,
badass.
13 and got the shit beat out of me by
Yeah, that's a less than 1% of gamers achieved this.
Yes, that's sick.
Probably 0.01 actually.
That's what's up, man. I don't really know what mine would be. I'll have to think about it.
Yeah, think about
cancel
it.
culture guy. But he
I
has
guess-
no idea what cancel culture is actually like. He sits over in Malaysia tweeting.
I guess
from his
married
parents.
a Russian
at the
nerd.
Washington
smoked a
Monument.
blunt
In my
at
mind,
Washington
That's a
Monument.
good one.
While Ian was still successful, he had little to no allies as both sides detested him. Even those unaware of his past grew upset over his constant theft of videos and information. It became such an issue that
Yeah,
one
pause
site
it for a second.
blacklisted the entire country of
I had a thing going in my younger years of stoner merit badges.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
like if you've like rolled a joint while it's windy and raining. I took a jeeber in a hurricane once. That one should be like, I feel like that deserves some recognition.
That's what's up.
It's
That's
like,
cool.
there's a hurricane warning. Let's go to the woods and smoke jeebers.
that's
I'm
cool.
trying to think like smoke a 6-paper blunt or a 6-paper joint from Trailer Park Boys.
That's awesome.
Like those kinds of things. Like what were some like wild thing? The gravity bong in the pool.
Really?
That's a good one. It's like actually like terrible. Like I don't recommend it. It's fucking Frank from Always Sunny. Like, oh, I didn't hump her. We drank a bunch of Monster Energy drinks and dry humped. It was terrible. I think I got poison ivy. It's like that's what the pool jeever is. It's like, oh yeah, do you want to cough so hard you like hurt your sternum and then like be miserable and probably throw up and waste all your weed? Perfect.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't sound good now you put it that way. I don't think I
Yeah,
have any
rolling in the
stoner
car is a good one. Yep. What else? Like performing surgery on a blunt, like fixing it midway through.
Oh, like what was it in King of the Hill, where they did a surgery on a flower. But I guess like surgery on a blunt. That's cool.
Yeah, like you make a patch because it ripped or like whatever happens to it.
That's cool. I could
It's
take
like,
that.
no, we're gonna make this work.
This one's a little depraved, but quickie on a Ferris wheel.
Oh, really?
There you
When
go.
when it was stuck at the top.
Yeah,
I mean-
most people probably haven't done that.
No.
I'm
They wouldn't have
sure,
thought to.
unfortunately, more people than we think have probably done that.
Well, I mean, people have done it, but like percentage of the population. You know what I mean?
I'd imagine it's pretty low. And it might just be a matter of logistics. Like they didn't have the opportunity, you know. They might have done it.
Yeah.
The spirit may have
What
been
if
willing.
I could? Yeah. The spirit is willing, but the
Oh my
flesh
goodness,
is
Morgana.
spongy and weak.
Yeah, didn't get molested in the Boy Scouts. That's a pretty good one.
So I've got a little
I-
bit of a
I
dark
don't
story for
have
you
that
guys.
achievement.
The pastor that I used to have when I was a kid did in fact molest some kids. And I wasn't molested, so I don't know how to feel about that. Was I not his type or something?
I think you should feel pretty good about
I
it.
do feel pretty good, but I am curious what his selection method was. Apparently, I
man,
didn't get picked, so that's cool.
I think it means you had a good family.
Yeah,
I'm
probably.
not sure though.
Yeah.
Malaysia to
Why are you
stop
acting
him.
all Yukio
That's
about it, though? It
I'm
should have been
IP
me, not
blocking
him.
Malaysia. Sorry, Malaysians who
I like
aren't
that
Ian.
part
He
in American
left me
Dad.
No choice.
I
He then tried to
wasn't
make
entirely
good with
truthful.
Redux, but it was
Father
too late.
Roy didn't
With
molest
the
me.
public at large
I
sick of his
molested
behavior,
him.
The consequence was felt a few days later with a massive thread by user Censored Man. It elaborates on his past at length with a plethora of receipts. The author points out that he was a Malaysian obsessed with the West with no stake in the outcome. Ian gave up on
Every
gaming
picture of this
journalism
dude is
after he lost
unflattering
all
as shit.
credibility due to being caught red-handed in
Remind
the
you of
Andy
someone?
Worski situation.
DSP?
He then turned to
Oh, yeah.
political
guy?
journalism
He was
and
gifted
decided
with a
to
body
focus
that
on
has
Western
many
issues that
flaws.
don't concern him. He
It's a
did
gag
this
gift
due
from
to
God.
it being the easiest way to build an audience and it being very profitable. Ian resides in Malaysia and posts divisive content about Western nations. Not because he cares, literally none of it matters to him, but because it's profitable. The thread received over 37,000 likes and 10 million views. It was successful in contextualizing his convoluted history while demonstrating willful malice. It also made the fact he wasn't an American citizen common knowledge, which he'd kept hidden for many years. This proved to have even more serious consequences as his own country took notice. You see, Malaysia
He was
is a
gifted with a body only
conservative Muslim
Dr.
nation.
Frankenstein
They've
could
never
love.
had diplomatic ties
Yeah.
with Israel and don't recognize
Dr.
it as a
Frankenstein, the
country.
book, Frankenstein
in fact,
has a JoJo
the
reference in
Malaysian
it.
government has jailed people for merely suggesting opening up diplomatic ties with Israel. That was a serious issue for Ian, who was vocally pro-Israel. Palestinians should stop building homes illegally on land they don't own. This caused an uproar in Malay social media, who demanded punishment. The following article was written by the outlet New Straits Times. Meanwhile, Malaysian netizens
This
have
dude's gonna
called
get
for
banned from
communications
Earth.
minister Fahmi Fadzil to take action against Cheong for his actions, particularly on his commentary on Palestinian-Israeli issues. However, counterterrorism and extremism expert Manira Mustafa suggested that legal obstacles may hinder any actions against Cheong. For the record, Malaysians can be charged for sedition under the Seditions Act for expressing views that could potentially sow discord among communities in the country. It's no coincidence Ian tweeted
Well,
this
that's
out
what this
the
dude
same day.
does, so you
I
might need to
actually
roll
love
out the
my
paddy
country.
wagon for this guy.
The food is great, it's peaceful, and it's a strong conservative nation. The article spread across Twitter like wildfire as Ian Miles Cheong started trending. Many took it as confirmation he was going to be executed,
Holy
with
shit.
the near universal celebration. They called for his arrest and for him to face capital punishment. It might be all over for Ian Miles Cheong. One of the biggest media sites in Malaysia is now publishing calls to charge him with sedition. I pray Elon Musk will chopper him out. I pray Elon Musk will chopper him out of Kuala Lumpur before it's too late. Twitter was flooded with memes about his fate, as rumors began to circulate. They suggested different methods and fake announcements of his death. These tweets garnered
This is what's going to happen to Phil.
How is he like
This was so
12 and
widespread that it
75
was
at the
covered
same
in Time
time?
magazine. In the end,
What,
though, an
image-wise?
actual confirmation
Yeah.
never
Like,
arrived.
how does he
as
look
Ian
12 and
returned to dispel the
75 at the
rumors.
same time?
In this return,
Because
he
those are
compared
both of
himself
his
to
age
Mark Twain
preferences.
before blaming it
Whoa.
on far-left transgender activists. It seems he was once again able to talk himself out of trouble. His explanation can be found in a follow-up by New Straits
Does this dude have some
Times.
sort of pig
Ian
roast luck
Miles
tied
Cheong
to his
has clarified
rhetoric, I
that
guess?
he does not
Yes.
advocate for Israel, despite claims circulating on social media. Cheong said that he has consistently voiced support for peace between both groups and backs Palestine's right to exist on various platforms. I was expressing my horror at the events that unfolded on October 7, 2023, along with the rest of the world when footage was live streamed on the internet. His claim is demonstrably untrue, with many of the resurfaced tweets dating
This guy
back
can't stand by
before
anything he
2023.
does, huh?
But for now, it seems
No.
that
On
he
some
was
level, I
able
just
to
cannot
talk his way
respect
out
a
of it.
person who
In
can't
a
even
weird
stand
way,
by it. That's why I
kind
can't
of
respect
respect
DSP. He
Ian
never
Miles
stands
Cheong
for him on
for
any
his
stance
grit.
except his
He
shitty
has
ones.
been so shameless and over the top with his changes in viewpoint that it's almost comical. And in conclusion, I just can't wait to see what his political opinions will be in 5 years from now.
Yeah, that was a fascinating story. Let's read the comments. The word grifter is thrown out around a lot, but this guy has one in every sense of the word. Ian Miles
Big
Cheong,
time.
known for writing 250 articles on GTA 5 without having finished a GTA game. I'm not Asian. Do not compare me to those dogs. A few minutes later, they're attacking me because I'm Asian. I think DSP should watch this video and respond to it, because it would be funny watching DSP try and pretend like he's not that much, or that he is different from this guy.
Yeah, but it would
Oh,
be
yeah.
the same old shit though.
Yeah.
This
Like,
guy,
he
oh my gosh, he
pretends
has
not
no
to be a
morals.
grifter. Yeah.
Why
It's
doesn't
like
he stand
whatever
by
he's
anything?
saying is the truth is just whatever's convenient for him at any given time. Not even noticing the irony in him saying that.
No.
Yeah, he's an interesting one. By the way, I do believe that someone figured out that he had actually platinumed to GTA 5 because they found his like either his Steam account or his like PlayStation account or something like that and showed his trophy on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, not only did he finish the game, he has spent thousands of hours in like GTA 5, GTA Online.
That's where he practices
also-
his LARPing.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Now, there were 2 times I was supposed to debate Ian.
Oh, really?
Once was on the kill stream. I was telling Bode about this prior to us doing this.
Okay.
But once was on the kill stream, and once was as a result of a little spat between he and I on Twitter, where he blocked me after I brought up something negative in response to one of his tweets, and he's like, "Why are you bothering to respond to me if you don't like me?" And I said, "Let me count the ways." And
DSP?
I did the.
That's a pretty good reason to
you know,
respond to
swatted-
someone
yeah.
is that you don't like them.
I was like, swatted Wild Goose, swatted Andy Worski, broke up Hype Break, unironically called yourself a Chad on a podcast. Yes, he did do that.
Tried to claim pole valor.
Yeah, claimed pole valor. Like, I just went through the list, and then his response to me was, how do you even remember to breathe?
Oh.
Which is the lamest response I think I've ever received from someone. And I'm someone who was ducked by Mundane Matt for a debate. And Mundane Matt wasn't that much of a bitch. At least Mundane Matt didn't fucking block me. He was like, yeah, I'll debate you, and I was like, fine, let's do it on Drummer 828's channel, and he's just like, on second thought, no. But at least he didn't block me. The second I was like, hey, let's debate about it because you already ducked me on fucking Killstream years ago, he blocked me immediately.
He doesn't want to relive that.
Yeah, and I think he did a mass unblock because now I'm unblocked again. But I think he has me muted because every time I've responded to one of his tweets with some shit post like just lol or something, like doesn't even matter what it is, he doesn't bother responding. And I don't know if it's because he looks and he's like, it's Declan, no, or if it's just like it's not worth my time. Well, whatever his reasoning is, he hasn't taken the bait yet. I've tried a couple of times, but unfortunately, he's going to be the he's going to be my white whale, and it's never.
That's not a bad one. My white whale is
really,
Phil, so that's basically impossible.
Oh yeah, no, Phil would be my number 1. Ian is a close number 2. I already got Onision out of the way. Onision actually did debate me.
Oh yeah.
Which like that was, and I was
They
the only
debated you
person
on what?
On why he's a bad person.
Okay,
that should be an easy ass debate.
He actually gave people a chance to call in while he was video streaming. And Len, you know the other guy because we actually were going to talk to you about this. That maybe one time on Internet Asylum you could bring Samich on to do an Onision episode.
Samich? Yes, I would love to.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because Samich was like, hey, Declan, make sure to bring this up at some point. And I'm like, oh, yeah, absolutely, because I'm so fucking down. If you guys would have me back on, I'd love to come back on for that episode.
Yes.
Because, you know, I debated...
Yeah, I don't see a reason why not.
I mean, the audience hates you, but it's okay.
Oh, yeah, they're always going to fucking hate me. But the second reason is that Samich is actually in the Chris Hansen Discovery Plus documentary Onision in Real Life.
That's rad.
Beautiful.
He's in that documentary. And I don't mean like his tweets or his Twitter posts or anything.
That's cool.
I mean in person being interviewed by Chris Hansen. Samich is in that documentary.
Man. Oh, that's pretty high, man.
Yeah, he's been an Onision hater for years. He's just like, the second Onision goes to prison or the FBI takes him out, like, that's when I know my job is done and I can retire and go live on a farm and just be happy and like raise some sheep or whatever. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
just like, but until that day, I will never stop fucking hating Onision. And I'm like, you know what? That's your white whale. You go for it, buddy.
Yep.
Like I understand it.
And it's
And
not
he
wrong.
was
And
there when I.
he's pretty worthy of the hate he
Yes,
gets too.
Onision's
Onision
gigantic
fucking
piece of shit.
absolutely.
Yeah, he's a massive piece of shit. So
Yeah.
I'm all for going after him.
No one's losing sleep over that.
Not even going after him; it's bringing him to justice.
Yes.
Yes. And another one I think you guys should do is Davi Vanity.
Davi Vanity? Who's this
He
now?
is a guy. Davi Vanity is the lead singer of a group called Blood on the Dance Floor, I believe is the name of the band.
I've heard of them.
They used to actually be pretty popular.
I remember hearing them back in high school.
Yeah. Davi Vanity is the lead singer of Blood on the Dance Floor. Was friends, I believe, with Onision.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
And wound up like sexually assaulting like a dozen girls.
Oh no.
Yeah. And the one truly like horrific thing is from internet culture, we all know one of the girls that he assaulted.
Really?
Do you remember the girl from the meme where she's crying and the dad comes in and he says,
Jesse Slaughter.
You done fucked up?
The
Consequences will never be the same. Yes.
Yeah, she's one of the girls
Damn.
Whoa.
that he assaulted.
Damn. Can't go around assaulting internet legends.
Yeah, no, you can't.
LTG's
Well,
gonna Saturn
he
stick
was
the,
somehow,
the
like,
Star
friends with
Wars kid.
Onision. Oh yeah.
I sent you a clip of Bossman Jack raging out.
Hell yeah.
That's seems like something fun to watch.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I haven't even watched it, but like I know most of his rages, so it should be good.
Okay, now can someone quickly before we watch this, fill me in on some BMJ lore? I know that he's a crackhead. I know that he assaulted his brother and got sent to prison, and I know that he loses a lot of money gambling, especially after he wins a lot, because he thinks he's on a runner, and then all of a sudden he'll go from being like up 100 grand to quite literally losing it all in a matter of 20 minutes. But
Yeah, it sounds like you
is,
pretty much know what you need to know about him.
I was gonna say that's all
pretty
I,
much it.
that's literally all I know about him is that he's a crackhead. He assaulted his brother, and he's probably the world's worst famous gambler, not named Phil Hellmuth.
I think he pushed his dad was the reason.
I felt like his dad
But
was
like
involved
the
in it.
so yeah, he got pissed off and he pushed his dad, and then he got a ride from his mom to his friend's house, who was his drug dealer. He bought a bunch of crack. And then when his mom was driving him home, the cops were there and they found the crack on him.
Damn it.
So it was a domestic, but he really got, and he got caught with the crack at the police station, which is like way worse. Like if you get like, if you do ever get caught with drugs on you, tell them before you get to the police station, because that's additional charges. Like once you're under arrest, just tell them that you have drugs in your pocket.
Yeah.
Well,
because
if you bring in an illicit substance into the police station, there's an added charge of
and
like
it's a
possession
worse
of a
charge
firearm
than
in a
possession.
police station. You know.
Yeah, it's a worse charge than possession. What's crazy is here there's signs at like the sheriff's office that say we politely ask that you don't concealed carry inside the station. It's like you can still do it, but like we prefer you don't. Like that's the sign, and that was always like pretty funny to me, and it makes sense too because they're the ones who like sign your like I don't want to say right to carry, but your like card that lets you conceal.
Your permission slip.
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah.
Actually, it's like your certification to concealed carry. So it's like it makes sense that you should be able to do it near them.
Oh, what was the name? I'm so glad you said permission slip because it makes me think. Just to wrap up the Ian Miles Cheong, he feels like the hall monitor from that cartoon. What was it?
Oh, I mean
Codename
Recess.
Kid Next Door.
Recess.
Recess. Thank you.
Oh yeah, the like rat-faced kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Snitchinator.
Yep. Yeah.
What was his name?
I think it's Randall.
Randall Weems. Right. Yep.
Randall's a piece of shit. No one likes this dude. He grew up to be Darkside Phil.
Yeah, that's who IMC reminds me of, is Randall.
So yeah, you're right about this dude, this Bossman Jack, because there's different strata with the locales when it comes to how much lore is there and how much lore you need to know. And Bossman Jack's pretty low on there. He doesn't have a whole lot of. He doesn't have sagas, from what I understand. I mean, the Arrest saga was about his only saga.
Yeah, he's just a degenerate gambler.
Yeah, he's basically
And,
what's his
like,
name?
he's sort of not hurting anyone. Like he pushed his, like he's mean to his parents, which is like,
yeah, which is Bam Margera
pretty
stuff.
rude. But
okay, so it's not Daniel Larson where like he beats old men and then goes
no,
like,
I don't
"You're
think
assaulting me."
he's. I don't think he's really like most of his shit is victimless.
Yeah,
Okay.
And like I'm not saying he's a good guy, but he's not. I don't think he's like a menace to society.
Who's that one dude who was always screaming at Fortnite? Tevin was always streaming him.
I don't know.
Screaming at Fortnite.
Yeah, he was a younger dude, and he would always flip out while playing Fortnite.
You're not talking about Ninja.
No, not Ninja. I want to say Declan, but that's your name, and it's kind of close to it. So, Deller, that's it. So he's kind of like a Deller.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like a Deller, in that his big thing is just that he's a crazy asshole who flips out on stream. He doesn't really go after people or anything like that. Not really.
When you said I want to say it's Declan, I was like, well, I did used to stream, but I never streamed Fortnite, so
I was watching
don't
you
know what to
wrong
tell you.
out.
Oh god.
Yeah, warning, terrible audio.
Oh my god, Gabe! Stop it, dude! Oh my gosh, bro! Oh my gosh, dude! Oh my god!
Big winner.
No!
And he'll lose on these games that are very clearly fraudulent. I mean, why
Yeah.
would you go to this?
Click the number is my personal favorite.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Might as well just enter your debit card details and give them the money.
I'm so sorry, Gabe. You
But
probably
as you
feel
can
like such
see,
an
he
idiot
crashes
being
out pretty
on
hard.
TV.
His,
I'm so sorry,
his
bro.
door back there is
I am
destroyed.
such a fucking moron, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am
that
such
was
a
the only other
fucking
thing I knew
moron.
was like his
Oh
door
my
was in a
fucking
constant
His
state of
door
repair.
is always fucked up. Yeah.
Which is a good prop to have. Oh, well, that's a wall. Shit, never mind. So yeah, he's just tearing up his room.
I am bleeding. Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh my fucking god, dude. That did not
Yeah, there's
just
times
happen,
he's
dude.
seriously
Oh
hurt
my
his
God,
hands
bro.
bashing
I am
shit in his
bleeding all
room.
over the place, bro.
That's self-harm,
oh my
man.
Gosh, dude, I gotta
You
go,
can get
guys.
reported for that.
I gotta go, guys. No, I'm not. I might do something stupid, dude. I gotta go.
I might go
guys.
donate to
I
Phil.
just lost $300, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
That's whatever I think of whenever I hear someone say, I'm gonna do something stupid.
Bossman actually does donate to other gambling streamers. Like he'll like give people subs or like send them money if he won.
Oh, some deep cut DSP lore about Bossman Jack. I don't know if you guys know this. You know Timbo Slice, who went through 3 bankruptcies?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You know that he's a juicer for Bossman Jack?
Oh my god.
No.
This dude
Yes,
just like
absolutely.
can't hold on to money to save his life.
Same screen name and everything. Timbo Slice 89.
Oh my god.
Damn, that's sad, man.
Oh my gosh, dude. I cannot believe I just did that to myself, dude. I cannot believe I just lost $300, dude.
I can.
Oh, he doesn't mean the injury. He means the 300.
Yeah. I can't believe I hurt myself.
Oh, this is Dice, which is another terrible thing to be playing. That's one of his other favorites.
Why is he in blackface? Down there?
I think that's the restreamer.
What a hero.
Black Man Jack.
I think if I ever want to just go ahead and commit career suicide, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just get on stream in blackface and not say
That's your
anything.
last stream
Yes.
ever.
Yeah. And I'm not
Oh,
gonna
this
address
is
it at all.
Before the door was ripped off, it's just got a Looney Tunes boss man shaped hole through it.
Well, I say don't do blackface because it's played out. Do like Asian face, like Mickey Rooney Asian face with like the chiclets and like the rice worker hat. Like,
I'll have a Fu Manchu mustache.
yeah, Fu Manchu mustache. Like I'm talking like old school, fucking John Wayne and the Manchurian.
You're talking World War II propaganda posters.
Oh yeah.
No. You can ask my chat.
Yeah, Mickey Rooney.
You can ask my chat. I'm gonna clean up the broken door.
This is fucking bullshit. Oh my fuck, why does this always happen? With your loans, man? I don't get it. Have I ever won with your loans? I'm not saying it's your fault. It's not at all.
You should get one
He's
of those.
mad at the dude who's giving him money.
I lost again. I just lost.
Bro, I never win off the money you give me.
It must be something wrong with your money. You should bless it.
Oh
We got the door crashed again.
Yeah. Yeah, he got a new door, but it wouldn't fit on his current hinges. So he just leaves it there.
What a hero. I kind of like that gimmick of constant door evolution.
Man, shut the fuck up.
And he's just in his room screaming high out of his mind on crack while his parents are around.
His parents have a lot of money, don't they?
They do. I think they owned like land that had oil on it. Or natural gas.
Dragon Door Evolution.
Yo, this Minesweeper game, bro. All the games he plays are like horrible.
They sketchy
yes,
as shit.
Keyboard down. Boom.
We need a flip out meter.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever bothered to do an audit on Bossman Jack where it's like the amount of money he receives is actually more than he's losing? So, like, his parents put up with it because he's actually bringing in a steady income?
I highly doubt that.
No, I doubt it. Because he doesn't ever stop. He gambles until he loses everything and then cuts
I
the
lost
stream.
it all. I need to start watching him again. I don't know where he's streaming now.
No, I fucking lost it all.
Because somehow he keeps getting out of jail.
Oh, wait, I thought he had a gun for a second. I looked away.
Disassembles his headphones.
There goes their fucking headphones.
I thought he was loading his piece there for a second. I looked away for a second.
I wish that one didn't include him breaking the door like the main ones, which is a shame. There were other ones where he would like try to slam the curtain.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
A little bit. Twitch.
I'm looking like a straight crackhead, bro.
Addicted to dice again.
Bro, what the hell is
What are these shitty ass games he plays? What the hell is this crap?
I don't even know what Rain Bet is.
They look like bad.
He used to be
Xbox
on
360
Stake, and I
arcade
thought
games.
that was as low as you go. But...
DSP should stream from Stake.
Yeah, this
Well,
dice
is
game, you
Stake,
just
like,
click and
actually
it tells
regulated,
you.
though? Like, it has to...
I mean, I think, I don't know, most of them are to some degree. It's just that the odds are, like, very bad.
Holy crap, we were up
Yeah.
there.
And to be fair, he is sponsored, or at least he was sponsored by these sites. So they gave him an amount of, like, free gambles he could do every day.
I knew it, dude.
And I believe they paid him for referrals. Which, like, if you're a degenerate gambling streamer, your referrals will get other people to go on the site. So, like, he could have been doing fine if he didn't always bet at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
if he just hit, because, like, he would win, like, 50 grand, and people would be like, boss man, please put 10 of it in a bank account. And I believe he bought some gold coins, which, like, that's pretty good, because he can't spend them on gambling. I guess he could use them for crack, though.
Yeah, there you go.
So there's that.
Another
But
type
it's
of
like,
gambling.
because he doesn't need something that's a good investment. He needs something, he needs a trust fund for himself.
Yes.
Because he would be like, all right, guys, I'm only going down to this much, and then he loses it all. And then he's like, all right, I'll put in 3,000 more. And it's like, boss man, no.
No.
Don't get scared, you're gonna win.
And that's why I think that your suggestion that he might have some sort of money coming in. No. No, he really doesn't. He loses everything all the time.
Yeah, he does have money coming in, but he definitely uses it all. Like you can kind of track it, unless he has like a secret job. But
Which I don't know who's hiring this dude.
It's not even DJ mode. It's like small $10.
Why even open the door at that point? Just go through the huge hole? Man,
yeah.
Once I'm balling enough, I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a door to my studio and just have a hole where I walk through it.
I actually like hoped that Bossman Jack would be good, because like he went to jail briefly, and then he was like, "I'm not gonna do drugs anymore," and like I sent him messages of encouragement.
Come on, dude.
How do you send them to him?
What the fuck is this?
On Discord.
Well, that's what's up. You're in his Discord?
Are you shitting me?
I was when it existed.
Oh.
Well, it probably exists again, but he would like take it down once a week and make a new one. But yeah, I was on the Bossman Discord just to see what's going on. You know what I mean?
Oh, I understand.
And then, yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like sometimes like when Bam was like Bam might be sober now, and it's like that's good. Like,
yes.
you do love to see it.
He got banned from Castle LeBam though.
He's back.
What?
He somehow got access. He's building ramps and shit there now. I think he's actually trying.
Well, that's good. I was gonna suggest we watch him on here, but I mean we still could.
Yeah. I don't know if like there's if people like own the videos or whatever.
That's true. You would think he would be.
I don't know.
He's more of an established lolcow that he's got.
Well, I don't even think it's him. I think it would just be like whoever produced, because it's like a real produced thing.
Yes.
But maybe we could watch it. I don't know. We'll look into it.
I'm gonna have a.
But it's good. Like I hope Bam actually is sober and stops ruining his life. That would be cool. I am though, like on the dark side. It's kind of nice to see Blade drinking again.
Oh, definitely.
And maybe that's just because I never.
Who's he yelling
Bossman
at?
is pretty obnoxious.
Yeah,
also, he always tells everyone that he fucked their mom. He's a lot like LTG in that, right?
Hell yeah.
Like he'll go into a story about how like, yeah, so what happened, whoever, oh, you think I'm a rat? Okay, well, I'll tell you about a rat. The other day, your mom came over just in a rat costume.
That's what's
and
up.
That pussy was so fucking tight, bro. I was like, like he acts it out. Like he does the LTG.
Damn, what a hero. Bossman Jack's the coolest.
Let me see if I can find a video about that.
Yeah, if I can, I'll send you the video one of these days. Just remind me. There's a video of LTG specifically calling me out, saying that he fucked my mom.
Dude, you got that's bullshit,
That's
man.
your achievement.
Absolutely. He's like, oh, Declan, you said I skipped leg day? I'll tell you who didn't skip leg day. This third leg, when I had your mom with her head hanging off of the side of this bed. And what I did was I dropped my trousers because she wanted this BBC. And then I dipped the balls on her forehead before I slid that meat down her throat. Like, he got into specific detail.
Man, I hate you. Declan, I'm gonna kick you off the damn show. That's what I want, man. I want this because I want a lolcow to yell at me so I can use it as my ringtone forever. I'm gonna use it for my doorbell.
Come on, man.
Like, hey man, I brought your pizza. It sure sounds like some black dude's talking about having sex with your mom. Oh, that came with the house.
I'm surprised there's not a Bossman Jack Your Mom compilation. I really could like.
I've decided I no longer believe you.
I'm still looking.
All right. In the meantime, but let's see if we can get what's his name, Nick Mullen, to join us when we have Bam on.
Oh my god, dude, that would be awesome.
Oh, come on, Bam.
They have crossed paths before.
Yeah,
Bam
I heard.
Went on Come Town, and then had a mental breakdown the day after.
Did they talk about the gay jackass?
I don't think exactly.
That's a bummer.
He might have done the voice a little bit. It was kind of crazy. There were like so many people there because Bam brought like his whole posse. And then they had Bam's manager on, Scumbag Vinny, who's like the biggest piece of shit in the universe. And they got like endless content out of him.
What makes him a piece of shit?
Oh, he was like definitely like taking advantage of Bam being like a wreck and like taking all of his money.
Oh man.
And like he just like admits to like
That would squirt all
being a
over.
shitbag for his whole life.
come on, please hit this,
So
please hit
like scamming people with fake fish tickets and like scamming people in comedy shows. Like he's just a massive scammer. So he just hit big on click the
25
number.
to 250 almost. Holy
This
shit.
game where you just
Back to
click
back,
and a
bitch.
number appears.
Oh, that would have been fucking amazing. I'm doing one more and I'm leaving.
So he probably has to
let's
get
go
like
here.
over
Oh my God,
3
let's go.
or over 5 to win.
Dude,
And he
25
got
to
that
236.
100 whatever.
quick.
So now he's got money,
There's thunder and a
guys.
storm in here. Do you guys hear the thunder?
Oh shit, he shit himself.
Yeah. That's the code word.
Come on.
Cyrex, what?
Dude, did you hear I farted on stream?
You still hit. Come on, nice multi.
Yeah, I did. I was
Three,
there.
let's look
All
great.
right.
Yeah, it was
Another
great.
one. Times 4. Let's go.
I approve greatly.
go, Chatterski.
Because I knew it was happening too. Because like I heard a commotion, and it's like, oh, he's gonna fart. Like that's the sound when Stav goes to fart into the mic. It's like the table's moving a little bit.
Yep.
The chair's spinning.
I was quite happy with it. I plan to continue.
Rings and a multi, bitch.
Yeah, I got to get a mic on a boom
Big hit
arm.
here.
Phil should do a gambling stream. He did the WW Champions.
Yeah, he should do a real gambling stream though.
No.
He would be like equally as enthusiastic as Boss Man is right now.
Definitely. He'd be having
Come
the
on,
time of his
Zeus.
life with that.
Come on, Zeus. Quit being a cuck, dude. All right, right here.
Imagine if he did it for a marathon too, so he's drinking.
10-6, not bad.
Oh man, that might be a good stream for a change.
Not bad, not bad. Take it.
Have you guys noticed that DSP is
Star?
terrible?
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's not very funny or entertaining anymore.
Really, I just checked that you're not. There's no.
He's also got gout,
Retrig.
which, you know.
But I've been watching him since Heavy Rain.
Hit. Yes.
Damn it.
Damn. Come on, big tumble here.
This is a good
What's up,
energy we
Roy?
got
How
here.
you living?
We're just kicking it watching Boss Man
up,
Jack
G?
clips.
And he's usually listening to music and shit too, which is like his streams are like kind of nice sometimes.
About to squirt. About to squirt. About to
Even though
squirt.
he's like screaming into his webcam.
I felt the same thing about Deller whenever I watched him. I kind of liked his streams. Now, I never liked him enough to follow him and actually
man,
watch
we
him, but
lost.
whenever they
That's
were on,
okay.
they were pretty good.
My God.
And like the real reason you're watching Boss Man is to hear him say, "Oh, I fucking lost it all."
Man.
But
Multi,
like,
multi here, dude.
and then to hear him say something about
Retrigger,
some
and
rat's
multi.
mom.
Both. Neither. Wait, what? Hold up. Oh my God, neither. Neither one. What a fuck.
He like sort of knows what's going on the slot machine.
Damn, dog.
Like he'll play new games and be like, "Oh, that's fucking huge," and he's like, "Wait, is it?" Oh, we're back to fucking
biggest number.
Wait, dice with like, he made it like more difficult.
Yeah! Back to backs, baby.
Yeah, double the bet. Yep.
Holy crap,
He also plays like the opposite of how you're supposed to play.
One on a $10.
So like the like general gambling strategy is that when you win, you half your bet so that you keep some of your winnings. Whenever he wins, he just doubles.
All in, all the time, man.
And it's just to like make your money last longer. Because like once you're a gambling addict, it's not about winning; it's about continuing to gamble.
Yeah, it's about the experience.
Oh my God. Yes.
And like I like going to casinos, but I do it sparingly, and like I don't let myself get like this.
No, definitely.
It's not about the money; it's about having a good time.
No, I fucking
When I was in
lost
Vegas,
all.
I gambled for a little bit.
I fucking
I was
lost
not a
all.
fan. I
I
don't
hate
like
my life,
gambling. I bought Porygon. I wasn't about to try and do all that gambling shit in Pokemon Red and Blue to get Porygon. That was retarded. So
See, that shit for me, like, it works. Like the bright lights and stuff. Like, I get why. Like, I understand that it's like, oh right, this is to trap people like me here.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, and that's why it's like, yeah, I'll do it for a weekend, and then I won't do it again for like 6 months or a year. And sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, but I generally am there to like just have a good time.
That's what's
like
up.
if I win, I'm just buying everyone drinks and like ordering food and shit.
Sweet.
Like it's for fun.
I
we
once won $300 in Atlantic City.
Right
And
on.
I don't remember it. Because
Oh,
Atlantic City
yeah.
has, yeah, Atlantic City has a Johnny Rockets, which they have their liquor license, and they had a drink called Rocket Fuel, which was
It just gave you
like
diesel?
no, it was like a 7-Eleven fruit punch Slurpee flavor,
Wait, is DSP
like
done?
like
Or
this icy drink basically. But it was 3 shots of.
No, I think they
151.
muted the stream for copyright music.
Or Tom Lucky. 60,
Because he's always playing just open
666.
copyright shit.
There a while lately.
But go on, the rocket fuel.
Yeah. So 3 shots of 151 per drink.
Oh my god.
And you couldn't taste the alcohol, so I had 3 of them. And then I washed it down with an Oreo Kahlua mudslide. Come
on.
Hell yeah.
And
Ooh,
I don't
right
remember
on,
the
dude.
rest of the
Here's the
evening.
dud.
Apparently,
Another fucking
I
dud, boys.
slipped one of those guys that runs
fat
like the
one.
crane game at one of the
fat-ass
arcades
dud.
on the boardwalk
We
in
need one more
Atlantic
of those.
City.
Oh no, we got the spins.
Like
we got the
20
spins.
bucks so that one of the big stuffed animals would come out. And I gave this kid a
What
big
the
stuffed
fuck,
animal.
man?
I don't remember that.
We need 2 more of those, please.
We made fun of some woman who broke a heel
Need
in
2
one of the
more.
slats on the boardwalk. And
Oh, yeah.
apparently she face planted and did some push-ups. I don't remember that.
That janky ass AC boardwalk.
Oh yeah.
Let's fucking
You
go.
can trip in normal shoes on that fucking thing.
No, so I came to,
I've got to
like,
tell you
apparently I wasn't
something. Only
slurring
2
my
this
speech.
time?
I wasn't walking funny or anything like that. I just blacked
You
out and
sack
don't
of
remember the
shit.
evening. And I came to,
Bro,
like,
oh my-
immediate lucidity at a fucking Denny's at, like, 3 o'clock in the morning,
Perfect.
where everyone
get
that was
back on
there,
original. Come
they were like, all right, Declan, it's time to pay the bill. And I'm like, what are you
Another
talking
classic.
about? And they're like, you said you were taking us all out to Denny's.
What do you mean? We just got to Johnny Rockets.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, no, I felt like the dude, like
Come on,
Guy
black or
Pearce
green,
in Memento.
boys.
I was like,
Zoom in
someone's
on
gonna need to walk me through backwards.
Yeah, explain what these tattoos
how we
mean.
got, yeah, how we got
like
here.
that.
I remember a
And,
stuffed bear and a lady falling.
Same
Then it gets
bed.
fuzzy.
No, they took me back
yeah,
to the
my
casino
fucking
where
Let's
I won
go,
the $300. Apparently,
Now
it
double
was
that.
on a Spider-Man the movie
Spend it. Triple black. triple black.
arcade
Black
game
toe cracks,
video
baby.
slot machine.
Hell yeah.
Where,
Choice.
where you
Aw.
sat in this
There goes everything
chair
he's made.
that had like
No, do
the
it again,
little
do it again.
controllers and the
All
little
in, all in.
like the
Fuck-
joysticks
fucking
with
bullshit,
the
boss.
button on top, like the old
Fuck the bullshit,
Ataris.
boss, man.
Yep.
And it actually moved. And one of the bonus rounds was you had to like
All in
use
that
this
motherfucker.
targeting reticle to
If it hits green, we're
shoot
rich.
like pumpkin
Goblin?
bombs that the
There
Green
you go.
Goblin was shooting at you.
All right, here we go,
And
guys.
like
Let's
that
do
would be
that.
your bonus
Come on, baby.
multiplier. I don't remember
Don't make me deposit
any
my
of
last
this.
amount. Don't do it.
You're just so good that you
Come on.
didn't even really think about it.
Yeah, I had no fucking
Oh
clue
my
what was
God.
going
Yeah,
on.
and like
and they're
the
like, yeah,
Drunken
this is what a
Master
fucking
flows
ripoff,
straight.
dude.
Flows
Yeah,
straight.
every time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
What does it
Just
mean when there's a
go
skull in
go
the
with the
bottle?
liquor. Go with the liquor.
If I don't
Ricky.
have any sort of
Follow the
alcoholic
liquor.
superpowers or weed superpowers, I die. I don't get anything. I don't get luckier. I don't get better at anything.
Come on. Let's go, guys. Have a good
Okay,
I
night.
mean, I do
weed,
get
I do have a
sexier, but
superpower.
that's just, you know, it's whatever. Can't really market that.
I have a really weird, like,
nice card!
useless and
That's a
pointless weed
fucking perfect
superpower.
card to have.
What's that?
Go.
Weed. I am normally, when I'm sober, I am fucking trash at WoW PvP.
Oh, hell yeah.
You get me to smoke a fucking bowl or take a bong rip
About $400
before
for
WoW PvP, I become a god. I am 1v3ing people. Like, I'm solo holding a flag in Arathi Basin. Like, it's all sorts of crazy shit. And I'm like, how is this possible? I am trash at this game in
Let's fucking
PvP.
go.
I'm great
Hell
in
yeah,
raids. I know how to
That's
do my
me in
rotation. I know boss
Halo.
mechanics.
I can't play Halo without smoking
Man,
because
fucking
I'm
lots of
too
games.
like I need to be like slower and like methodical.
Yeah.
And that's probably the same thing with you and WoW. It's like you're thinking too much. And then once you smoke, you're like, oh yeah, I'll just do it.
You know,
Yeah,
that
I
actually
should
makes
go to
sense
Valve
because
or
the
something.
one time I did
Oh,
well
nice.
in Apex
Not a bad
Legends
not a bad hand.
was when I
Good.
smoked.
That's good.
Mhm.
Not bad.
Every other time I
Okay,
was
guys.
fucking trashed that game.
Because I'm bad at gun to battle operation, even though I've played it since it launched back in 2016. I don't know what the hell I'm doing most of the time. But maybe if I got stoned, I would be unstoppable.
Right. Boss man just smoking weed mid hand.
Declan's friends had a Morpheus moment. He's beginning to believe.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
They didn't even know I was
Come
drunk,
on,
apparently. So, like, they were just like,
Oh,
oh, he's
yeah,
just off
give
doing
me the
his,
money,
his
baby.
thing on the fucking
Give me the
Spider-Man
money,
slot
baby.
machine. Let him do his thing.
Let's go.
He's become
Very
too
nice.
powerful. Mods crushes Jim.
Now we're running back with side
crush the
bets.
gem.
That is something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to be thrown out of a casino. I guess, I don't know, I just think it'd be a fun experience. But I'm not good enough to win enough to get thrown out.
Well, you could just shit yourself. That'll get you booted.
I should.
There's other ways to get kicked out of a casino.
I wanna take Daniel Larson's approach and just hide in the bathroom until they throw me out.
Yeah, just sleep at the bar.
The only place I've ever been thrown out of, and I was
Oh, you're
stone
gonna
cold
have it.
sober at the
All
time,
right, guys. You know I hit
was
those.
a strip club
Hit that.
in Durham, North Carolina.
You're not supposed to touch him, dude.
No, had nothing to do with that. I mean, I did touch
I'll
someone,
take it.
but it was
You
some
might bust.
guy who was
Might
drunk,
bust.
who groped one of the dancers who I was actually friends with. And
No, I don't cash out.
when he was just like,
play
oh,
every hand.
well, if they weren't such
all
an
gambling,
effing
right?
C word, and the second he said that,
Unfortunate boss.
I grabbed him by the back of his
Bob
neck
has
and I
got really
brought
bad
him,
hands here.
like, leaning back towards my chair.
17 wins it.
That's what's
And
up.
I was just like,
He
you
has a
say that
4
type
into
of
a
shit
10
again,
to
we're
a
gonna have a
10.
problem. And the bouncer immediately
10 is a
grabbed me by the
10.
shoulder and was like, all right, man.
Time to
And he
go.
looks at the other guy, he goes, you too.
Oh, he
And
won
then he
by
looks
one
at me and
number,
he's
dude.
like, wait 5 minutes and come back inside. And I was just like, all right, thanks, man. I
Keeping
appreciate
up
it.
appearances. Yeah.
Yeah, because he knew that I was like
high
real
school.
life friends with, you know,
guys.
two of
Yeah,
the dancers
yeah,
that were
yeah.
in that
All in
club. So
all
he's
in
just
his
like, I know that you're doing the right thing, but literally that's my job.
I
Look
have
at
to
your-
kick out
yeah.
both people who are fighting.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, look at your frame
Well, we won
and
last
look
time
at
we got
mine.
Nate.
If that dude was sober, he would have beat your ass. And I'm like, I'm aware.
Oh, perfect pair.
Like,
I've been kicked out of-
$65.
I've been kicked
Oh,
out
you
of a
don't even have
couple
to
house
split 'em. I
parties,
can't.
but it wasn't
Can't
for
split 'em.
anything I did. It was for
Stand that and pray.
people I brought, and I was like, okay,
Ooh.
understandable.
No, I
It
can't,
is
dude. I've
time
got
to
the money
go.
for it.
Because
I
it's
don't
like
have
you
the
can't
money
just
for
like
it.
jam your hand
all
into the
in.
dip. You know what I mean? It's like it's just people being blackout. It's people being blackout behavior, and it's like, yeah, okay, like they don't understand your humor, and like you don't understand that this isn't the place. That type of thing, where it's like, all right, yeah, it is time to go. I see what you're saying.
I want to get kicked out of more places, but I want to film it.
Come on, babe.
Getting kicked out. You could get kicked out of a convention pretty easy, I think.
Yeah.
Just for like acting a fool.
Well, I worked at one. I volunteered at an anime convention once. By the way, coolest
That was
gig.
probably cool.
It was
Yeah.
cool. The coolest part about it was that you could go into the shop area early and buy stuff. They didn't want you to
Right.
do it, but they're like, hey, if you do get something, don't get like a whole bunch. Don't clean out a stall, all right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I
That
was
was,
able to get in.
I did music festivals, the same thing. It's like you get free admission if
Got
you
rid of
work.
some low numbers from the dealer.
So it's like, yeah, sure, I'll work. And like
Oh,
it turned out the working was like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you had to do work, but like
Oh,
you
man,
meet a
what
bunch
the
of people
fuck,
and
man?
like everyone
Bro, what
recognizes
the
you
fuck
as
is
like,
this dude?
you know, you get like,
Alright,
you
guys, I'm
score
on tilt.
points
Here we
with the
go.
rest of the patrons.
Wish me luck.
That's what's up. I just had to check tickets.
One.
I had to inspect
go live
prop
with us.
weapons, and I had to get this one lady her water every once in a while. But she was a really cool lady, so it wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a couple of DVDs before someone grabbed them all. So that was pretty
I
cool.
lost it all.
Perfect.
I died
Working at a
early.
Renaissance fair would probably be
It's okay, I
fun.
got cleaned
That
up.
yeah.
would be fun.
Gang, what up,
But
gang?
Did I
Your
ever-
Honor,
hurry
sidebar,
up and
I
get
need
this
to
feature.
ask
I
the
just
court
rolled into
stenographer something. To go back
$2
2 hours
spin on
ago,
Gates.
when Len called
I have
me
$2 balance. This
a
is
fucking weeb
double the balance.
Yeah.
and is now telling people
I'll just gotta-
I worked at an anime convention.
Yeah, but I wasn't speaking Japanese.
You're both guilty as charged for watching
Yeah.
Chinese cartoons.
You got me.
Thank you.
I also like to think that when I do things, it's okay.
Right, right, yeah, yeah.
Oh, the DSP approach.
The
yes.
rules don't apply when I do it.
Yeah, when I
Yeah,
do it,
of
it's
course.
usually kind of cute and charming. When other
we go.
people do it, it's antagonistic and horrible.
Are y'all ready for this feature?
So,
Let's go.
just
Our
so you know.
shenanigans are
Yeah, I'm
cheeky and
tired.
fun.
I
His
see.
shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Yeah.
Evil shenanigans. Gonna pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Yo, what up, Dynamite? What up,
Hey,
Dominic
Farver,
Gray?
what's
What
the
up,
name of
Harry
that place
Cock?
with the
Ben
mozzarella
Burnett?
sticks and all the goofy shit on the walls?
What the
Oh, you mean
fuck?
Oh, you mean
shenanigans?
shenanigans?
Hands the gun to him. That's great.
Oh
man.
Man, we've been here a while. I just noticed. I've just been kicking it.
$3
Oh yeah.
This is a good ass stream. Thank you, Declan, for coming on.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, good guess.
It was a lot of fun.
For this.
Oh yeah.
Please,
It always
$3
is.
spin, guys. $189 balance. Come on.
This is the kind of
yeah,
vibe I
means
want to
times
capture.
two.
Between
Not much,
exposés
not
of
much at all.
locales, just kicking it. Kicking it and
then
talking to
just
people.
some bullshit at the end, of
Yeah.
course.
Board impression? Oh no, man. I haven't done that in a while. Come on.
I like your
give me
mustache.
something, bro. Board impression?
Yeah, Bossman should be rocking the mustache.
Oh shit, my
I've got a
bad, guys.
mustache
Hold
right
up.
now.
Something's happening on the
Joe.
slot too.
I'm trying to grow it out. I'm trying to grow a Fu Manchu
Oh,
mustache
times two
out.
curse.
Oh yeah, dude.
Completely ensemble,
I've done
yes.
that. The Fu Manchu is
Is it
great.
good now?
And it's not just because
Come
I
on,
can't
man, give me
grow
something,
a real
damn.
beard. It's because
Give me
that
something,
it's
bro.
definitely a
$3
choice.
spin.
Yeah.
Come
I want to
on, man.
braid
What
it
the fuck?
and put
What
beads
the
in my
fuck?
long ass. I want a big ass Kung
Not
Fu
like
Master
this,
Fu
man.
Manchu
Not
beard,
like this,
and then I
bro.
could just
Oh
you
my
know
God.
stroke it contemplatively whenever
I
something's
did
going
that
on.
once with like the
Oh, you want to be like Jaime
tying
from Kill Bill.
tying it up
Yeah.
like either a pirate beard or like
Big monkey,
a
fatty monkey,
Viking
fatty. Dude, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
type
man?
thing. It's like, yeah, that was pretty
Oh
cool.
my god. Wow.
I don't
What-
want to have long hair and like long facial hair anymore though. It gets in the
That's
way.
terrible, dude.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
you're
you got
eating.
long hair too?
You're like,
Come up with a bang, we
I
got
used
straight
to
dud.
for a long time.
Damn, dude.
But
Be back in.
like you know what I
Oh,
mean?
look
Like
at
you're
that.
trying to eat chicken wings and like it's your hair is all over it.
natural,
Like
dude. Come
you
on.
take a shower in the morning and then your hair is frozen when you go to your car.
It's profit. Not really. I started.
See,
with
I've been lucky. I've only
Oh, come on.
ever had long hair
Even the
in
triples, dude.
states
Holy
where
fuck.
it is warm.
Which
When
one?
I
Okay.
was in Philly, I
But then you're
never,
sweating
ever
your nuts
had long
off.
hair.
I've been
Yeah.
grinding- I've been grinding
It's
gates a bit.
actually not that bad because I'm not in
know
a
I've been playing
place
a lot.
that is
Come on, man. 2G.
like
That'd be
super
great.
humid.
Okay.
That'd be great.
So
Guy's gonna
it-
cut.
Because
Contradict you
when
every
I was
night.
in New Jersey and Philly,
Come on, Gates.
I had long hair and like I sweat a lot more as a
Shit, eating
result.
like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, but Philly winters, people don't
big
understand.
fans.
People that have never
Probably
been to
stop.
Philly do not understand how
Cold as shit.
bone-chilling-
Come on, give me a
No,
name.
it's
Yeah.
not just the fact that it's cold. When
I'm
you
leaving
get to
150.
Center City and the
Song
wind
name, I'll
blows
put it in the
between
chat for
those
you.
buildings, like near Jefferson Avenue or Jefferson
Think of Boss.
Hospital,
It's a good song.
like that area.
Yep.
Oh my God! Like
Yep.
Walnut
Same thing happens in
Pine-
New York.
Oh, it is so
You're
bad.
just getting fucking blasted.
Yeah, that wind
on, Gates,
chill's
by
like
150, come
fucking
on,
negative
come on.
20, and
You
people
can
are
do
like,
it.
"Oh, it can't possibly be that cold."
can
I'm
fucking
like,
do it,
"Oh, it is."
Come on, next spin, please.
They don't understand like
Last
just
one.
how brutal it is. But then again,
Yeah.
I thought I knew what natural cold was
you, brother.
because of the wind chill in
You know I'm about
Philly.
to hit the original
And
dog.
then I went to go visit
What happened?
one of my buddies who lives out in the
Here's
Midwest,
where we play.
and at
Yep.
the time,
Yeah,
he
it's real
lived-
different.
Yeah, he lived like in
Get rid of that
Iowa,
double. I kind of like this.
and I went to go visit my buddy there,
007 on
and
green. It's one and
it
done.
was
Come
at
on,
the
Green,
end
right
of
off the rip.
December, and I woke up in his house one morning, and I was like, "Dude,
one off.
what
One
is
off.
this?"
Last
He's
one.
like, "It's morning. What do you mean?" And I'm like, "I
Limbo,
can't
limbo.
feel my soul."
Hold on, this might be green.
Yeah. Yeah, when your
Oh,
bones are cold.
fucker, dude.
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, it's just
Lower the
morning,"
bet and we'll get into green.
and he was fine. And I'm
It's
like,
green.
"How do you operate like this?"
Oh my god.
Yeah, Vermont is like
All right,
that
watch this
too.
one. I'm gonna snipe a big one.
It's just like
Boom, green.
fucking
Come on,
freezing.
green,
And it's
green.
like, oh yeah, like
Please.
if it snows, that means you're
No,
just not
fuck.
going outside that day.
Damn. Last one.
Oh
Last
yeah,
one.
no,
down
the
100.
worst one I ever dealt with was
What's
in
up, Spade? How you doing,
Indianapolis because
Oh,
I had a double ear
God.
infection.
Oh
had
my
to
God.
fly to
Oh my
Indianapolis
god, my last one. I
to do
sniped it.
emergency
I sniped it.
service on the system
Yeah, buddy.
But you had to
That
fly
guy
with
green,
an ear
come on.
infection?
with a double ear
That
infection.
was
That's
amazing.
pretty bad.
Holy fuck.
So both of my eardrums
Fuck yeah,
ruptured
dude.
on the plane.
Watch this. Big
Uh,
29. I'm
I
out.
wound
I'm
up
gonna
getting
lose. I'm
some
gonna leave.
medical
I'm gonna
gauze and some
Oh
tape,
shit, the highest is 25 or
and
something.
just got my ears
Okay,
properly
14 then.
plugged and
Come on.
got some.
You had to patch
earmuffs
yourself
to put
up,
on.
man.
Yeah, just patch myself up, got to the job site, and I'm
my
like,
God, I
okay,
thought I
where's
actually
this
had it.
install happening?
Oh, one more. I
And they're
slipped.
like,
It slipped.
oh, it's not
Finger
happening
slipped.
today, it's happening tomorrow morning. And this was like January 4th
Oh,
or
fuck
something
you.
like that.
Get out of there.
And so I go to this place. And
Limbo. What place in Limbo?
I'm
Times
like,
two.
okay, you need to drive me to the site. They take me from the hotel straight
Click
to
the
site.
number.
Oh, fucker.
And it is a warehouse
What?
that has The one,
Dude, what the
like,
fuck?
huge garage
Oh
door
my
where they just
God, I
slide
just
the whole
lost it
thing
all.
up
Damn.
in the back,
Oh
and
my
one in the
God.
front. And the warehouse
What the fuck was that?
basically like
There
a
you go.
repurposed
Damn,
air
dude.
hangar bay, and that
Oh,
wind
thank the Lord
blew
above.
right through it like a fucking wind tunnel.
That's rough,
In the beginning
man.
of January, it was the
Come on, please win this.
worst. They had literal furnaces
All
with
in win, baby.
high-powered fans in front of them to try to blow heat just through the warehouse so people could work.
Oh man.
And I had 48 hours to do maintenance on the old system so we could break it down and install the new one.
Yes.
Because at the time we were doing installs for
Oh my God.
like laser and
No.
oxy-fuel cutting
Yes.
for like steel.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my
like
God. one
CNC
more.
equipment.
Yeah.
And
Oh my God.
it was brutal. So 48 hours to install
my God.
a
Oh my God, dude, come
25-ton
on. I
piece
need
of
that last
equipment.
one.
Hey, boss man, chill out for a second. Shit.
What is he
Buzzman.
doing?
He's playing click the number.
I lost every
I know,
penny,
but
dude.
it's
Damn.
just
I was trying to get to 500 and I got
he's
fucking
being
cut.
so
Damn, dude, that's fucked
unbelievably
up, dude.
sporadic.
That's fucked up.
He just
Well, he's
screams
on
that
crack.
up.
Dude, I can't
Yeah.
win them all. Damn.
He is
Yeah, I kind of
having the
forgot
time
about
of
the
his
whole crack
life.
thing.
What are we watching now?
What is that? Chris Chan with the pilot. Oh no, we watched that already.
Yeah. I did see one. Hold on, let me
I
see.
keep thinking it's Chris Chan as a Nazi.
Chris and Bob.
Yo, what about my top 10 Trailer Park Boys moments?
All right, am I get? Oh, we'll get flagged for it. So what?
I don't think so.
I haven't watched
hope
this show. I
not.
saw the movie.
Okay, yeah, the movie's like a microcosm, but we need to watch the show. Like, even more than Squidbillies. This is important. I do that at work. I'm like whipping trash and empty boxes across the warehouse.
$1,000 for my dope equipment, and that'll leave me $500 to buy Lucy a nice ring. Fucking car was stirred.
This is who I kind of imagine
my
you
life's
as.
finally back together, so things are good.
I take that as a compliment. I actually I was asked if I modeled myself after Julian, because the only time this dude would ever see me, I was in a black t-shirt and a gold chain with a mixed drink in my hand. And he's like, "Are you like trying to be Julian from Trailer Park Boys?" And I'm like, "No, but I take that as the highest possible compliment."
Is this Julian here?
No, this is Ricky.
Julian's the dude as your profile picture.
No, that's Leahy.
All right, who's
Leahy is their enemy. Julian is the dude in the black t-shirt, the dude with like muscles and shit.
Oh, okay.
I don't have big muscles, but like I do wear a black t-shirt and a chain all the time.
That's cool.
And I always had, every time this dude saw me, I had a rum or whiskey drink. Yeah,
Okay,
so he
cool.
took their dryers as payment for something. Oh yeah, they ripped off his money while he was in jail. And bought the turntables and the microphone. So he took those and just broke their washer.
This is Trevor when you switch to him in GTA 5.
I
Yeah.
was really fucking drunk last night. Smoked a bunch of dope till 5 in the morning. Ended up passing out in the sewer pipe because it's kind of cramped back here and my back's been a little sore. Anyway, I slept there, had a pretty good sleep, but I still had to get up early this morning because I got responsibles now. I growed up, I got kids. A lot of people say you can't smoke dope and get drunk when you have kids, and that's not true. You can, but you still gotta get up in the morning. That's being responsible.
Dude, I felt like that, where it's like, I just gotta lean on something for a second, dude. It's too bright out here. That's Bubbles.
I know about this
he's,
dude and his
He's the
cats.
voice of reason.
Excuse me, sir.
Hi there. Hello. My name is Hampton, and this is my daughter, Tanya.
We just traveled from trailer park to trailer park,
That's right.
spreading the word of the Lord.
Just as Jesus traveled from Shadrach to Meshach to Abednego, we travel from trailer park to trailer park.
That's
spreading
not a
the good
bad
news.
angle.
Do you live around here?
I live right here in this van with my kitty.
I see.
Have you read the Bible?
Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. What's it to you?
Can you read, my son?
Well, that depends. Can you go fuck yourself?
Nice.
That's Julian.
Oh, okay.
So have to go down to the store and get me some jalapeno chips and $2 worth of
This guy
pepperoni.
always cracked me up, this shirtless dude.
Randy. I'm built more like Randy.
I see this
only fat in the gut.
I see this screenshot every once in a while of the main character dude. He's in his car, and out the window is Randy's stomach.
Yeah. Yeah, the gut becomes like the mascot of the show.
Ricky, the J's silent. You're saying it wrong. The J's like an H, Ricky. Jalapeno, not jalapeno.
What in the fuck are you guys talking about?
Jalapeno. That's how you pronounce it.
I know how to pronounce it. I ordered fucking jalapeno.
Jalapeno chips.
Bam! Peanut butter and jam!
What the fuck are you doing, Phil?
Oh, you actually need that. What the fuck are you doing, Phil?
That'd be a good one.
Oh yeah, that is a good one.
Look at that thing. What person ever moved like that in the history of people?
That's how I'm gonna be Saturday right here.
In your foiled trailer.
I'm planning on getting a little higher. Friday. I don't know. I'll be careful, but got Atlas coming on.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's gonna be nice.
Yet, there have been literally hundreds of sightings all across North America for generations now. Can all these people be wrong? It's unlikely.
I like his pompadour though. He saved Josuke.
Fucking call me. I got no dope. Oh, hey, boss man.
That's a JoJo reference.
He puts cooking spray in his hair and then dries it with card sauce.
That's awesome. So, can I give you a little bit of JoJo lore before we got into the part? There's a character in part 4, the main character, Josuke, and he's got this big-ass, kind of goofy pompadour. And people give him crap for it every once in a while because they say, dude, your hair is silly. And he tends to flip out whenever that happens. He gets really... He rogs out whenever someone makes fun of his hair. And it's later explained that why he has the hair is that as a kid, like, he had this really bad flu one time. And his mom was trying to drive him to the hospital, and they were stuck in the snow. And some dude came out of nowhere and pushed their car free, and he had a big, goofy pompadour. So he always wears that hairstyle to honor the guy who saved his life. And so a running meme is whenever you see a character with a pompadour, you say, oh, that's the guy who saved Josuke.
Yeah, okay.
I see him. Don't scare him. Those fuckers with a lot of money.
Oh, God.
Jesus, he took my bag. He took my...
Man, Sasquatch disarmed him.
See how big his feet are. What the fuck are you guys doing? Oh, fuck, he can talk, Bubbles. Oh my God, Ricky, that's because he is Julian. Julian. Oh, fuck, man, you okay? Oh my fuck, boys, what if it's a Sam Squanch? It could be.
They don't exist, Bubbles.
Julian, you try telling that to all the people that got eaten by the dirty bastards.
The Sam Squanch.
Yeah, Sam
This is our fault,
Squanch.
Ricky. No, no way, boys. I mean, it's a bit of a shame, but they were just too fucking stupid to survive. Happens all the time in the animal kingdom.
Yeah, there's your drink right there.
You dumb ravens and stupid birds, crazy squirrels, porcupines that get hit by cars, and helps over control population. The things that are fucking stupid.
Damn it.
I mean, those guys basically just cocked themselves over and fucked up. It's not our problem. Survival of the fitness, boys.
I like his malapropriisms. They're fun.
Yeah.
You see them in there, Ricky?
I don't know. It's pretty slippery down here, boys. Be careful. Hello, Mr. Peterson from next door. Just checking out your pipes. All clear. Go upstairs. I'm gonna go to the kitchen.
That's a normal thing.
Hurry up. What in the fuck? Jesus Christ! Put your gun down, Ricky. Did you find the ring? Yeah, man. I found a treasure
Jasper,
chest.
no.
We'll bring it downstairs. I got cheese sandwich for you.
Jasper, I'm gonna have to pull the gun.
Walk in there and this thing just jumps at me. I fucking could have been killed.
In the pilot of this, the like pilot movie, they're like hitmen for pets.
That looks like something.
And they toned that down a lot for the normal show.
Hitman, so like to go around and kill pets?
There we go.
Yeah.
That's Lucy.
Okay.
Like they're like contract killers for dogs. And Julian's doing cocaine whenever he pulls up. They like toned it down a lot for
I see.
for the real show. Because it's like, yeah, like that was. It's supposed to be like funny.
Yeah, and
It's
that's a
not
bit dark.
supposed to be. Yeah. It's not supposed to be that dark. Yeah, this is Project 7, the original concept.
I'm not fucking going back to jail.
I inspired that.
Yeah.
Rarely makes me actually laugh, but the writing is phenomenal. The beats for jokes and timing is perfection. I like this kind of style of comedy over something like, what's it called? Oh, the one where they're in that office building and the camera's always zooming in on their faces. What the hell is that?
The
called?
Office?
Yeah, The Office. That shit.
Yeah.
That show sucks. Hot take. That show sucks.
See, I enjoyed The Office, but this show is like pretty much perfect.
Yeah, this is what I would find funny. If they did this kind of style in The Office, I'm sure it would be funnier.
Yeah, like everybody knows someone named Jim, right?
It's
So
The
when he
Office
gets in trouble
always
for something, he just, like, throws
to
the name
kind
Jim
of
out there, and he
quote
figures
Peter
someone will pick
Griffin.
up on it.
The
Someone
Office
in, and
insists upon itself.
He's home for
It thinks it's funny, and it's not.
Jim, my father.
Most shows that I
Yeah.
find funny don't
Yeah,
think
it
they're
kind of
funny.
does.
Actually had a son on the force.
I still like it though.
Yeah,
You know the old man,
man. Him and my dad go way back. Yeah.
Small world.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah, exactly. Fear
Sorted the
Monarch.
truck. Yeah, bought it for my daughter for her
sorry
birthday.
about the hassle, but I mean, you know,
I
like I
understand.
say,
I keep on thinking
I
it's called
gotta check
Office
to make
Space.
sure you
Which
guys
version?
don't
The
have
British or
paperwork
American
for you.
version?
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't like it.
Also, Office Space is great.
Yeah, Office Space is a masterpiece.
That's
If you could
like
take
wonderful.
Yeah, you guys can.
That was
Masterpiece
my
of a movie.
favorite movie for a long time. And then No Country for Old Men came out.
I need to watch that movie again. It was cool.
So
The first
good.
time I ever watched that movie, I was high off my ass. Damn, that movie is fun as hell. Watch it for the first time when you're high off your ass.
Oh yeah.
Because I had no idea what was going on. Even until the end of the movie, I thought, well, this Anton Chigurh dude, I mean, what are they going to do about him? He's unstoppable, right?
Otherwise, they're going to have to be the 24 hours a day.
And they
watching
didn't.
over them.
They didn't do anything about
Squirrels
him.
fucking
That was kinda
around,
cool.
Breaking in the trailer, they fuck over your weed plant. So if you get a cat there, it's not.
I used to wear shirts like this back when I was in middle school and high school.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
But these are my fucking family. Show them a little
I was
respect.
cool and
You can't grow
hardcore,
up
dude.
on your own.
Yeah, he has like the flame shirt, the like green fire on the black shirt, and it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I owned that shirt.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I have.
When I first played Animal Crossing, that was the kind of shirts my character was walking around in.
Well, I mean, with me,
When I
it's
make my
kinda like
trek
that
to
book Cats in the
Bucky's,
Ride. Did you ever read
I'm
that?
gonna try and buy some gas station
kinda like
shirts
the-
like that.
Hell yeah, man. Get me a couple.
Yeah.
Man, I kind of wish you lived
Yeah, I'll
near
send them
Dubai.
out.
That's what I'm gonna do with my millions of dollars, trillions of dollars when I get it. I'm gonna create some sort of super compound.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
buy a city.
me
I'm just
too.
gonna buy a city and y'all can just hang out there.
I'm not even. I want to get like a plot of land with 4 houses on it,
But I cleaned them
and
all
then
up.
just have people that I can tolerate live in those 4 houses. Like, just like, yeah, like people that like can get along, and like all share with the fucking gardening and shit.
Hell yeah. Well, you think we ought to wrap it up here, guys?
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
sounds good.
Dude, that was
It's
a lot
been
of fun,
fun
man.
as always. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you,
Oh,
Declan.
absolutely.
Fantastic find here. That was a
Good work.
fun adventure. This dude who is set out to be as wrong as possible throughout his entire life. And he did a
We
pretty
forgot
good
to
job.
beg, dude. We were supposed to hit 2
shit.
goals tonight.
Damn
Oh
it.
shit!
Well, there's still
I'm sorry,
time.
That was on me.
If we can, we could put all the begging into this moment and do some sort of ultra beg.
Now my rum cake's gonna get warm.
You know what he should do? He should do for the rum cake is he should set up a separate camera and have it pointed at the cake and just let it go
As
bad.
it melts in real time, yeah. Like Jasper's pawing at
That would be
it.
funny. Well, as you can see, the cake is a melted pile of shit because you guys didn't pay. Oh no, I kind of want to do that now. I want to buy a cake just
wasn't
to
a
let it...
lie, but you guys are. Because you promised
Your
me.
support was a lie.
Whoa, a $200 tip from Anon. Oh, I guess he got his goals. Whoa, no one could have seen that coming.
Wait, is DSP streaming right now? Let's check it out.
Yeah, he's got $322.
I'm a huge
with a
fan. You should probably
200
subscribe.
anonymous tip, which is things people definitely do.
Oh, got some advertisements, DSP. I thought you weren't a shill.
Yeah, right.
Take gun! Do it, DSP. Okay, I'm already done with this.
And just like that, I already choose violence.
Yeah, I'm done.
Just like that.
Man,
Wise choice.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Declan, for joining us. We'll definitely have you back on to show us other weirdos that you know.
Yeah.
And El Sandwich, bring him in.
Yeah, we got to go through the rotation first, but
yeah.
Back of the line.
Yeah, pretty much.
Then again, if it's
the
ever
line's probably like 4 people long, so
yeah. Then again, if there's ever like a stream where Boat and I are too tired or hungover or whatever to do it, just come in and crash the thing.
Just run it.
Just show up and tell us funny
Join in.
stories. I think that Cumtown dudes, they kind of had a pretty good formula of just hang out on a stream, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a good system.
Yeah. Also, when how about this? Come back for the next time we do a like variety and viewer submissions one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because that's always good to have more people on.
Yeah, and I'll let Sandwich know about Onision when you guys decide to get around to him.
Sure.
Yes,
because he
definitely.
is. Yeah, he's
Onision's
again,
fascinating.
Yeah, font of knowledge.
Cool.
All right, guys. I think
Sounds
that's
good.
it. We're out of here.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Peace.
Have a great
Have a
night.
great night, guys.